start on time. We never start right on the dot.
Never start on time. But we're close enough pretty early. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Planet Xbox episode 17. I am your host, the Best Spot Kid Smooth. We're going to have an amazing show. It's Battle of the Console War. Obviously, I'm your host, the Best Spot Kid Smooth. We're joined by some guests. I think I kind of got it even until the rest of the crew shows up. But we're going to get into it. First, I want to give a shout out to Dirt Griggity. I'm not sure how long he's going to be with us, but he was able to make it today on such short notice, so I appreciate it. Shout out to Dirt, man. Please let them know where people can find you, what show you're on, and what you've been up to.
All right, man. Thanks for the invite, man. I truly appreciate it. Check out my channel. I'm an Xbox guy, but I'm not a PlayStation hater. I actually enjoy the PlayStation, like regardless of what these guys think of me. But check out my channel. I have a podcast on Monday nights called We Bleed Green. Check it out. And also on Wednesday nights called Scram Punks. So, check it out, y'all.
And then our other guest on the side of PlayStation, he used to headline this podcast they called The Council, and I used to call the Sony Council. Jay Barry.
What up, man? It's boy Jay Barry, man. Definitely appreciate the invite. You know what I mean? Chris hit me up, was like, yo, Barry, you want to kick Smooth in the shin real quick? I said, oh, that's free. Let's go, man.
Facts.
Yeah, man, we in here, man. It's a glorious occasion to be a PlayStation gamer once again, and we're gonna talk about it, man.
All right, and of course, man, the man who tried to get these topics together, the man with the knowledge and the logic, Dope is Jay. What's up? Coke.
What's
I
up,
don't know
guys?
why I said Dope is Coke Boy.
Hey, either way. But what's up, guys? Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at DopeIsJ. I'm gonna put that in the chat. Just follow me on Twitter. Some really interesting things that we talk about on Twitter and some news that I put out there as well. So, if you guys want to engage with me on Twitter, you guys can find me there. YouTube channel is starting up pretty soon. I'm currently building my new rig, but I paused it because we have to do the podcast. So, very exciting stuff we're gonna talk about today. Some interesting perspectives from a lot of different guys. So yeah.
Yeah, and make sure you guys hit that like button. Share this out on Twitter, man. This is an earlier than usual start time, so I know you guys are coming in slowly, but we're going to have a good show today, a very good show today. And, of course, our resident pony, I had to make him go last because he had me tight before we went live. So I want to hear him for a few minutes. So shout out to Chris Righteous.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy to be here, man. It's going to be a great show. Shout out to the guest, Griggity, and my guy, Barry, for coming through. And, yeah, man, I had to get some backup because, Smooth, he's going to get his revenge on me for that ass beating he took the other Thursday when we were at the Saltiest Gaming podcast. But it's going to be fun. Man. It's going to be fun.
And I would never do anything like that again. And the next time I get invited into a podcast, I'm asking for the roster sheet. Like off the rip.
We mugged them, bro. Yo, we beat the shit out of them.
See, this is the new Kid Smooth. The old Kid Smooth, I know would have handled himself by himself, but I don't know about this new Kid Smooth.
Nah. We're good. I mean, I held my own. You know what I mean? They ain't changed my mind. Never will. And of course, we're just a few points away, from 10,000 subs. So do your job and help me get there. If you're not a member of the Kid Smooth channel, please join today for them amazing perks and emotes and badges. More to come soon as things evolve and more things come into play. And I hope you guys have been enjoying that condemned stream, even though I might have to end it prematurely because I broke the game. If you guys don't know, I got like a save. I'm stuck in a death loop. So I got to a checkpoint in a death loop. It's the first failed checkpoint I found, and I did it while dying. So every time I die, it loads up, I die immediately. So I have to either start back or open up another save to continue on with the game. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish the game before this other game comes out this Friday. So.
What game?
We'll talk about it later. So, no, we're going to get this thing started. So, luckily we had a show prior to the PlayStation 5 reveal event, and we haven't really spoke since then. We've appeared on multiple different podcasts to get our opinion out, but my opinion still stands. But now we're gonna get everyone's opinion. We're gonna start with our guest, man. The PlayStation 5, well, one of our guests, there's two of you guys in here today. So shout out to Koi.
What's up, Smooth?
What up, man? What up?
Koi. There we go.
Koi.
We got him in the building.
Awesome. And you came in perfect timing because we just did intros, and y'all know who Koi is. You can shout yourself out.
There you go. Shout yourself out, man.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Oh, my
can you hear
bad,
us?
my bad. No, like the jump kept going out. Like I wasn't hip. Like I just got the message that y'all was going live. My bad. Sorry everybody that I'm late.
You good, bro? You ain't late. We early.
And just woke up, man. Go wipe your eyes real quick, man.
Yeah, you dig. Yeah, for sure. All right, my bad. Interruption. No.
All right. You ready to start?
I was just joking. You go ahead, introduce yourself.
No, like I just got up. Like I'm lit. Let's go.
Man,
Let's
get yourself
ride.
a cup of coffee, man, or a Red Bull. All right, so we're going to get this thing started. PlayStation 5 reveal happened Thursday. It was probably the most watched gaming event or a console reveal of all time, if I'm not mistaken, with all the concurrent viewers they had on YouTube. I don't even know what they did on Twitch and Mixer.
Twitch was crazy.
But it was an event. I mean, we're gonna talk about it. So congratulations to them on finally revealing the console and showing more than just a logo. They showed quite a few things, showed some games. Some were hits, some was mid, and some was but we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna start with our first guest, Dirt Griggity, We Bleed Green. And I want to know how your daughter feels about that reveal, because I know she's been leaning towards that pony side. But Dirt, man. What were your final part? You had a week to really kind of sit on it and see all the trailers and see everybody talk about it. Now that it's a week far removed, it's not on our mind that freshly, but we kind of had a moment to reflect and think about it. What is your final thoughts? Like now, what do you feel as like just a consumer of like PlayStation and Xbox? What is your thoughts on the show?
Well, honestly, I watched it about 3 times because I like to watch shows like that over and over and over. Honestly, I thought it was a decent show, man. It got off to a strong start, after GTA 5, it was a great start. With the Spider-Man thing, I thought it was a good show. The middle was, it was all right. The end was great. So I thought it was a pretty good show. I know some people think because I'm Team Xbox, I'm going to bash PlayStation, but no, I thought it was a good show. And Jay Barry asked me before the show about Inside Xbox was that last month. I think the PlayStation show was better, obviously. But I do think the Xbox had better indies if you want to talk about that. But no, I thought the show was pretty good. They showed some games I was expecting, like Horizon Zero Dawn 2, but they also showed some games I wasn't expecting. And also they got some pretty good timed exclusives. I have to be honest about that. I wasn't expecting Bethesda to have some timed exclusives. So that's showing that Sony is serious about starting off the generation right. So yeah, I thought it was a decent show.
Yeah, they gave them some timed exclusive of their probably their crappiest games, but they did it. And Bari, now Bari, be honest, because this is PlayStation. So I'm gonna take your thoughts on this as one of the verdicts, right? As you're a PlayStation guy, so I'm curious, because that means because the score you give, right? Anything PlayStation do after this, I'm gonna go back to what your thoughts were on this show. So let me know.
Yeah, I mean, for a first reveal, I felt like this show was amazing. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. And you guys gonna be like, oh, he's a PlayStation guy. Why? But I'm gonna tell you the reasons why I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. It had some of the biggest exclusives that PlayStation 4 built up. That's continuing to PlayStation 5 that's being shown. Overall, 9 PlayStation exclusives there that was shown, from continuing IPs to new IPs. And some of the new IPs look really, really good. You had 13 console exclusives. Those exclusive arrangements range from a couple of months to a couple of years. Yes, a couple of years. You heard that correctly, according to the lead global marketing guys. He had an interview in a PlayStation blog, and he detailed all the exclusive stuff. And you had some third party stuff being shown there, which was cool as well. But the fact that those games was being revealed there at PlayStation event, it heightened the hype for me as well. The only thing I can really say that I didn't like about the show is a few of those indies there. That's not my style, even though, you know, we memeing it and all that stuff, the bug snacks and all that's not my style. But also, I didn't really see any like VR talk as well, as far as like, oh, this is also going to be on VR or something like that. I wish I would have seen something like that. That's okay. We know you're continuing PlayStation VR, but you know, in your first reveal, you should have mentioned that. Yeah, I felt like closing it out with Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, Horizon 2, Forbidden West. It don't get no better than that, man. One of my favorite games this generation. Continuing coming to 2021 for PlayStation 5. That event did what it needed to do for, you know, PlayStation gamers and people outside of PlayStation that, you know, more favorite Xbox or something like that, because it solidified those people that, yo, I think I might have to get a PlayStation 5. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, the first showing that they show is like, I don't know if I'm gonna get it. On to miss out on Spider-Man, Horizon, Ratchet, all in the first year of that console. No, let's be real here. There's no denying it that the PlayStation, it did its job as far as its first showing. Guys, this is just the first showing. As he said it, well, I wish people probably missed that, you know, whole thing right there. That this is the first showing. They're gonna be revealing more stuff as the year continues. I wish they also would have did the price too. I wish they would have had the price up. I don't care what Xbox is going to be offering as far as their pricing. They should not be concerned about that, regardless. In my personal opinion, that's for selfish reasons. Have that pre-order up so I can get that thing out of the way, and I can be, you know, content. Like I got my pre-order in. You know what I mean? 2 consoles being showed, a console reveal that everybody doubted. And yes, you did doubt it, because I did many podcasts and I was talking to you guys on Twitter, and everybody was like, I don't think they're going to show the console game. They're not going to show it.
Yeah.
They're not going to show it. No, they did.
Surprised me with it. Yeah, I didn't think they was gonna show it either.
But I was telling these people, Dirk, PlayStation Nation, they betrayed me as well. They told me, Bar, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Not only 1, but 2 consoles was shown. They're beating Lockhart to Lockhart, which that Lockhart program, if that thing is real, I'm sorry, Kiss Move, if that Lockhart is real, scrap it now, because you are not going to put out a weaker console that's different specs and whatever it is, all digital, and you're going to think you're going to compete against PS5 and the PS5 digital. Scrap it now. It's over. That Lockhart program, just throw it away. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10, man. I love the show. I watch it many times. It's looking at the people's reactions within the community. Everybody's hyped for Spider-Man, Horizon. It don't get no better. And they had gameplay there, guys. Not every game had gameplay, which granted, but what they especially the Ratchet and Clank, I think that showed people like, okay, now we're seeing what's going on with this SSD. And then now Digital Foundry and other these YouTubers are doing these videos highlighting like, yo, this game is showing ray tracing here. Ray trace, which you guys are perfectly and you guys are purposely ignoring. I watch you Xbox guys, how you guys like to ignore the ray tracing aspect, because if you highlight that for PlayStation, that's like, oh, PlayStation is doing it too. I know how you guys get down. You want the Xbox Series X to do well, so you're going to ignore those little things with the PlayStation event. But guess who's not going to ignore it? The best list on YouTube, and the second best list on YouTube is going to kick you out of the shin as well. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much what I got to say.
All right, let me give a shout out to Emmanuel A. He says, shout out to Dirt, no bull, grounded is dope as F for the $3. So shout out to Emmanuel A.
I hope it is. I hope it's dope for y'all.
What's up, Emmanuel?
All right, who's next, man?
Next,
Let me go. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris.
All right. So, okay, for the I'm gonna be real quick. So the conference started out with Grand Theft Auto 5 announcement for the PlayStation 5. I understand the business aspect of it because Grand Theft Auto 5 is still huge. I still didn't like them starting off the conference with that, and I still hate the fact that Rockstar continues to milk the hell out of this game for 3 generations in a row, and it give us no single player DLC for Red Dead 2 or GTA 5. So I understand it, but I don't like it. Okay, so now on to the actual show because I don't really consider that part of the show, even though technically it is. Boom, Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales. When I first
Miles
seen
and
this shit,
Aloy.
yep, exactly, Miles and Aloy, baby, Miles and Aloy, baby. But Spider-Man 2018 was my game of the year for that year over Red Dead 2 and God of War, which were like my runner-ups or whatever. So the fact that Miles is getting his own game, his own standalone game. Yes, this is a standalone game. It's not no DLC like everybody's saying. And the fact, the biggest surprise was the holiday 2020. So this is a launch game. This is gonna be a huge game. You know what I mean? Regardless of how you feel, if it's a standalone expansion like Lost Legacy, or if it's a bigger game. I think it's gonna be bigger than what people are making it out to be. But the fact that Miles Morales is a super popular Spider-Man character, his popularity has gone up because of the movie that came out starring him, and because this whole climate that we're in right now, you have a black superhero character. This shit's gonna be huge. Okay, so next they show Gran Turismo 7. Looks great, looks amazing. Some details that came out that it's gonna be running at, well, there's gonna be a mode, right? A mode of it running at 240 frames per second, but I won't be able to see that because I don't have anything that supports that high of a frame range. But it looks amazing. The premier sim racer is back. The top of the line sim racer is back with GT7. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. This was the most impressive and technically looking game of the whole show, aside from Horizon, but they didn't really show gameplay. But as far as this right here shows exactly why people are so hyping, or the developers are hyping this whole SSD thing, right? Because the way he was moving in and out between the rifts, when he was traveling, or even in the gameplay aspects of it, and how you have entire worlds being instantly is definitely a game changer, right? And don't worry, Xbox, because SSD, what was it, the velocity and stuff like that, it's gonna be doing similar things. It might not be as good as the PS5, but it's gonna be really, really good. So I don't see anybody
Yeah, it's not
downplaying
going to be
that.
as fast, but it's still
Yeah,
going to be able to do at a certain aspect. Probably 50% more performance from its SSD than Xbox.
right. Okay, so the next game from Square Enix Luminous Productions, which I thought it was Final Fantasy 16, is Project Athia. This game is the combat designer of Devil May Cry is also working on this game. I'm interested in it, but since it's a project name and it's Luminous Productions, this game's gonna be far away. So, but I am definitely interested in that. Super hype. Stray, the cat game, no gameplay, no hype. Y'all know I keep the same energy with everything with new IP. Returnal, the Housemark game. I don't think people realize how good that game is going to be, because Housemark has made some amazing twin stick shooters, right? Like the last game I played, Nation, right, which is on PS now if people want to check it out, or it's 20. But that game is really, really good. And the fact that they're making a twin stick style shooters, but being over the shoulder third person, and it's going to be roguelike, so the level design changes with each death, is super, super interesting. Sackboy Big Adventure, that's good for the kids and good for people who like platforming. I'm never really big into like Little Big Planet or Sackboy, but that's cool. Destruction All Stars looks pretty good. It looks really fun. It looks like a mix between Destruction Derby and what's that soccer car game? I forgot what it was called. The soccer
Rocket
cars.
League.
Rocket League, yeah. Right. So that I definitely want to check that one out even more. Kenna, Bridge of the Spirits. This game looks phenomenal. This is like my sleeper indie hit of the show, right? This is like one of the best indie games that they shown on the whole show. It reminds me of Cameo, which was a rare Xbox 360 game at launch, if people remember that. And it reminds me a little bit of Legend of Korra and mixed with Pikmin. But the game looks absolutely phenomenal. Goodbye Volcano High, trash. Get that shit out of here. Oddworld Soulstorms. I was into Oddworld back in the day. I'm not into it now. This didn't really make me get excited for a new Oddworld game, even though like the story premise of it sounds pretty cool. But I don't know. I don't think there's something that I'm going to be too interested in. Ghostwire Tokyo, that game looks cool. That game looks like a fast-paced BioShock game set in Japan. Only thing about this game that I want to know, there was a scene where he was looking over Japan or over Tokyo. I want to know if this game is going to be linear or if it's going to be sandbox exploration. If it's sandbox exploration, I'm definitely a lot more interested in it. Jet the Far Shore, trash. Get that shit out of here. Godfall. This game, a lot of people hating on this game, but I think the gameplay looks really good. I'm into those looters and those melee combat style games that are like fast paced. So this game is right up my alley. It's gonna be 4K 60 on the PS5. They confirmed, so it's gonna have smooth gameplay when it comes to the reaction and the feel of it. This is definitely a day one for me because it's like an Anthem and Destiny type of game. But hopefully, it's they have a lot of content and it's not half-assed like how those games were. As far as like Anthem, Solar Ash, art style looks good, but didn't really see no gameplay, no thoughts. Hitman 3 looks exactly like every other Hitman, so I'm not super hyped about that.
Hitman got some ray tracing in it though. It got
Yeah,
the
it has ray
reflections.
tracing, but I'm talking about. Oh, and we need to call it out because they did the same bullshit Ubisoft did inside Xbox. When Ubisoft said they were going to show gameplay, but they didn't show gameplay.
Oh,
They did the
yeah.
same thing with Hitman 3. It's like, here's a snippet of gameplay, and all we've seen is the dude climbing the building and walking around for like 2 seconds. So that was bullshit, right? Astro's Playroom, it looks dope. I'm definitely going to play that game because it's coming free with every PlayStation 5. Little Devil Inside. At first, when I first saw this game, I was like, I don't know. But then the more I saw it and then the more I looked into it, and this past week I've been looking into this shit, I didn't know that this was an open world survival RPG. And they have a lot more gameplay from like 2 years ago and a year ago. This shit looks amazing. I cannot wait for this game. This shit looks fucking, I'm telling you, like people, this is like a indie version of Red Dead 2 with the freedom and exploration that this game is going to have and survival aspects of it. So this was a shocker for me. I didn't think I was going to like this game as much. NBA 2K21, not into it. Next game of the show was that Buzz Snacks, baby. That Buzz Snacks, that's that fire, baby.
Let's get it.
Especially that soundtrack. Whoa,
Game of the year?
Buzz Snacks.
Game of the year?
Too real for sure.
Nah, I'm joking, man. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why Sony decided to show this game. This is when the show went down for me. I'm not into it. I think it's trash. But you know what? I think this game is gonna get a lot of streaming numbers when it comes out because it's becoming a meme. It's gonna be something like Untitled Goose Game, where like people like PewDiePie and Markiplier are gonna stream this shit, and a lot of people are gonna be watching it. So I can see it being a big streaming game. But I'm definitely it looks trash to me. I'm that.
Or I could see somebody getting challenged to play that game.
Yeah, Demon Souls remake. I'm the biggest Souls fan, Souls game fan around. I love all of the Dark Souls. I played Demon Souls back in the day. This shit looks fucking amazing. This is my system seller for me personally. This is the game that's been like, damn, I need to get a PlayStation 5. Right? And I'm opening up a laundromat and ready to wash anybody in PvP and Demon Souls remake because I'm a beast in PvP in those games, all right? Deathloop looks really good. Really good. I was already sold in this game, but more information came out that is also going to have Dark Souls style invasion, right, for PvP. So 1v1 PvP, like another player can enter your world and try to kill you alongside with all the NPCs. So that's going to add a very interesting dynamic to it. So and I think they said that was a launch exclusive, timed exclusive for the PS5, and it's going to be 4K 60. Resident Evil 8 Village, huge Resident Evil fan. I love.
You going down through all the games?
Yeah, I'm almost done. I got all the Resident Evil. I'm very. This shit looks phenomenal. Pragmata looks cool, but there was no gameplay shown, so I need to see more before I have any official thoughts on it. I think the premise looks cool, but that's it. And then last, but not least, Horizon Forbidden West. That shit looks fucking amazing. I don't think there's any game that's gonna come out next year, right? Because this game is gonna come out next year. That's gonna look. This is gonna be like the best looking game of all time. Like I'm calling that shit right now. It's not.
If I'm judging, if I could judge the trailers, both trailers, I think Hellblade 2 looks better. If I'm judging those,
whoa, stop the cap.
If I'm looking at both of those identical, those trailers that was shown, if I'm looking at just the trailers, because none of that with Horizon was gameplay, neither was Hellblade, but visually,
but you know what they said about Hellblade, and I didn't even know that. I think it was Digital Foundry said that. First of all, that trailer was running at 24 FPS,
it wasn't gameplay.
But it wasn't in-game engine either.
Move. You need to cut. Yo, can I address the chat real quick before?
Yeah, I gotta look at the super chats, but I'm waiting for Chris to finish up so I can like.
No. Okay, I'm done. I'm done right here. Then they revealed the console. I love how the console looks. It looks futuristic. It looks different. It doesn't look like a boring, generic black box. Okay, it looks really, really cool. So if I had to grade the show to me, if I had to grade the show for me personally, it was an 8.5 out of 10. The only reason why it's not a 9 out of 10 for me is because I felt like there was one or two big third-party games missing in the middle. We already know that they said that Sony took out some games out because they wanted every game that was shown to be running on the PlayStation 5. So I think Call of Duty and I think that the next Batman game was going to be shown at this show, but they decided to take it out because those games were probably running on
PCs.
What about the other bullshit
PC.
they shown? There was games that didn't have no gameplay at all. So how could they have been running on PlayStation if there was just cinematic trailers?
They could have still been running on PlayStation though.
And
But anyways, 8.5. It would have been a 10 if they would have showed like a SOCOM reboot or like a Resistance or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But overall, very solid. I'm happy. This is going to be the best and biggest launch lineup in PlayStation history.
I doubt it. All right, so the super
For year
chats, we have Kenta Wilson for $5. He said most
Keontae.
Keontae?
Yeah, Keontae Harris.
No, that's what his name says. Kenta.
Oh yeah. It was a few super chats in there.
Yeah,
a few of them. Okay, my bad.
Kenta Wilson says for $5, most PS5 games running 30 frames per second, so relax. And Dirt Griggity, who's in the damn podcast, says, "Damn, I just skipped. My love for Xbox pales in comparison to Jay Bari's extreme love for PlayStation brand. I love the passion though." Shout out to Dirt. And we have Keontae Harris. He says, "Talk about them 30 frames with the same passion, Chris."
Can I adjust that? Can I address that real quick? The 30 frames thing. Like, you gotta understand is that these developers trying to show their game in the best light. As you can see with these trailers being broken down, the ray tracing 4K native, not people's PCs that have 2080 Ti's, you can't even do that right now with ray tracing enabled. So you expect these consoles that's weaker than that be showing all these games in this glitz and glamour with ray tracing in 60 frames per second. They're not going to show their game first try 60 frames per second, pictures, lower graphic detail, and lower resolution. They're not going to do that. Obviously, the most likely there's going to be a mode where you can probably do a performance mode. If the X can do that stuff, why you think the PS5 or the Series X can't do that? You guys are so like, I don't want to disrespect nobody, but when I see that stuff, like, why they show 30 frames? But 30 frames, like, shut up. They're trying to show their game in the best light.
They have to. Can I say something really quick? Because just to follow up on your point, a lot of these people need to understand it's up to the developer on how they want to make their game and how they want the game to perform on the hardware. The hardware on both systems is perfectly capable of 4K 60, 4K 120, but they're pushing higher fidelity. They're pushing 4K Ultra with the ray tracing elements in there. It's very demanding on your hardware. So you have to compromise somewhere as a developer. So you can't just say, "Oh, you can't hit 4K 60." The console is perfectly capable of doing so. The game that you're looking at isn't running it. That's the dev's fault. That's not Sony's or Microsoft's fault at all.
That's what I'm saying. Don't. You're gonna see a lot of third-party games that's gonna be pushing the shit out of the ray tracing, and since ray tracing is so taxing, they're gonna be running at 30 frames. But we don't know if these games are also gonna have the option. And plus, guess what? Guess what's coming out in 2 days? The Last of Us 2. That game is rated at 96. They're saying it's one of the best games of the generation. Guess what? That's 30 frames. Most people see. Here's the thing. Most people who pick up these consoles,
it's like 27 and a half frames.
Then they're not gonna give a damn if a game is running 30 FPS or 60 FPS, because you can have a game running at 60 FPS, but if it's complete garbage, what did that 60 FPS do? Or you can have an amazing game running at 30 FPS. They're still gonna buy the consoles to play those games. They're not gonna give a damn.
All right.
My thing is that when you seen these trailers for the first time, you're not going to see 60 frames on majority of these games because they're trying to show them in the best light. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you can see.
We see many times. Look at God of War. God of War, when they show those trailers, was people complaining about 30 frames? No, they wasn't caring about that. But guess what? The game launched. Guess what happened? You had a performance mode.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So Let's knock it off.
The same conversation happened right before this generation. They said, "Oh, we know for sure that the PS4 and the next Xbox is going to easily do 1080p 60 for all games." And look what happened, right? So don't expect that many for graphically intensive games that's going to be using ray tracing. Don't expect that many 60. Now, what I do want, the only thing that I'm fighting back against these developers for is just give me the option. You can give me 4K 30 or dynamic, whatever. I don't care. But you can at least give me an option for like 1440p 60.
We got to move along. Just want to give another shout out to Keontae Harris, $5. He said, "We don't have to understand. I want to see that Assassin's Creed energy." He's right about that. He's right. That's when Assassin's Creed came out.
Hey.
30 frames on Xbox. Y'all was on some bullshit.
No, Chris, let him know, Chris. That's not my.
Who's y'all?
Definitely don't watch my content if you saying that. It's y'all.
Was it?
I don't care about no 60 frames or 30. It's the game.
It was y'all people.
I can ask you a question. So, like, you wasn't one of the guys that was like, "Oh, I thought it was the world's most powerful console." So you wasn't one of those guys when Assassin's Creed Valhalla said it's gonna run at 30.
I did a whole podcast on frame rates. I told people, I said, get ready to see 30 frames per second in these consoles because devs are going to try to push graphical detail.
That's cool because some of your fellow, some of your fellow like PlayStation brothers, they was all like, the other J's, like I'm talking about. They was like, "Oh man, damn, this ain't the world's most powerful console." I want to make sure that you wasn't one of those guys.
Because y'all preaching differently.
Anything if they showing their game the first time. I'm not going to expect the game to be in 60 frames running, and it's not going to be in the best light where the devs want to show their game often.
Let's get everybody else's thoughts on the event.
Yeah, but hold on. But not only that, Griggity, this is all like just fun bullshit console wars. Of course, people are gonna fucking take shots, and they're gonna have double standards and whatnot. Like at the end of the day, like not. Aside from the hardcore community, like we're gonna be caring about the frames and stuff like that, but most of the people who pick up Series X and PlayStation 5, they're not gonna give a damn at all.
They're not. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
$2 super chat from Flaffy 1101. He says Hellblade 2 was 24 frames per second when shown. Yeah, well, it wasn't gameplay. All right, let's move on to Coke Boy, man. Your thoughts on the PlayStation show?
I thought it was a great event. I had a lot of fun. It was me, Chris, and Kuroy on Discord watching it together. And Nick Banks was there, even though he's at work. Shout out to Nick Banks. If you're watching us, hit us up in the chat. But it was overall a great event. I thought they executed it very, very well. It's one of the better events that was shown this entire year so far. Like that PC gaming event was pretty trash. That shit was butt. Inside Xbox was decent. I didn't think it was that bad as a lot of people tend to make it out to be. I think they showed off some pretty decent titles over there. But they have their first party event in July, and we can talk about that later. But overall, I thought they showed off the capabilities of their system very, very well. I do want to see some more actual hands-on demos later on down the line, probably in the coming months, like how Austin Evans did with the Xbox Series X, and he got hands-on, got really in-depth with the system. So hopefully we can have Sony do that with somebody on YouTube and partner with somebody on that. I thought it was interesting that they showed two separate consoles. I was not expecting that at all. I did not expect a digital-only console because they're pushing backwards compatibility now, and that's my one concern because I do have a decent amount of PS4 disc. Is that now I'm like, all right, do I want to go digital? Even though I do download most of my games digital, I do have a decent amount of disc-based games that are first-party games from Sony that I actually want to play on my PS5 so I can test out how the current gen games will perform on the PS5 with the extra horsepower. But that's my only concern. So I'm sort of debating between those two. Like, hey, do I want to get the disc? Do I not want to get the disc? So that's an internal debate between me. But the one thing about that discless version, a lot of people haven't been talking about this, is that you're going to be forced to use the PlayStation Store, right? And Sony makes a lot more margin off of you purchasing the game off of the PlayStation Store than having a third-party retailer sell that game. So that's actually very beneficial for them. And if you can get it at a lower price point, especially with Gen Zers and younger millennials who just want access to games like it's nothing, they're going to get a lot of downloads and they're going to make up so much money just off of people buying games from the PlayStation Store right there. So that's a financial aspect that's beneficial for Sony in that sense. In terms of the games that they've shown, I like Gran Turismo 7. I thought that game was very impressive visually. Obviously, Spider-Man Miles Morales is really good. Returnal was an interesting concept. I want to see more from that game. Deathloop, I'm definitely gonna get that day one. Resident Evil 8, that's another game I'm gonna get. Pragmata, that's another game that I'm interested in right there. I wish I can see more, but we don't have too much of that game shown so far. So, I mean, they have a lot of different titles. Obviously, Horizon, like that's a given. Like I'm gonna buy that day one. And Chris, you've seen the tweet that I put out about Horizon Zero Dawn, how they're putting that on PC, and the reasoning behind that. A lot of people don't understand the reason why they're putting Horizon Zero Dawn on PC and they're bundling that with Ryzen CPUs is so that PC guys can get access to that game, and then they can in turn buy a PS5 so that they can play Horizon 2. So that's a bit of a marketing strategy from Sony right there. That though was pretty interesting.
Oh, that's it, Jay?
Overall score.
No, I'm not asking you to say more. I'm just saying. I mean,
No,
I've
no,
listened to Chris for like 30 minutes.
Bash the show,
no,
man. He wants you to bash the show.
No, I'm just saying. I was just listening to Chris.
Overall, it's a good event. Like I want Sony to be on their A game because that puts pressure on Microsoft to actually do a better job in July. Like that's what I like. I like competition. I don't want it to be like this generation where the PS4 just stomped the Xbox One. I don't want that to happen again. I want more of like a PS3 360 generation where it's back and forth. Both companies are dropping excellent hardware, excellent games, excellent features. That's what I want. I don't want it to just be this dominant, like, oh, PS4 is just the almighty platform, which it is right now. That's just a fact. And then Xbox doesn't do anything. They pretty much conceded the generation and didn't do much for like the past 2 years, aside from Game Pass.
All right. Koi,
Smooth,
man.
That boy preaching smooth. Let that man preach.
No, sorry. Koi, man. What's your thoughts on the PlayStation 5 show?
Shit. All right, let me get myself together here.
Hey, Koi, man, I need you to wake up, brother. All right, listen.
No, no, shit. Cause I made kind of like a list as well. I ain't trying to have it like take up the whole thing, but these were just my highlights and my meh moments. My highlights that I took away from the event and that I loved about it. The production was great. Like everybody has already said, was just that the production on it, just everything just being kind of like pre-recorded and everything, like it's this straight up fire, like it's a smart move, it's a good thing right there. But my highlights was definitely Project Athia, like that was one of my highlights. Little Devil Inside, that took me like way and above. Like when I saw that, like I was this completely enamored. Kena, Bridge of Spirits, fire. Stray, I know, like
title, by the way.
Yeah. Like I know, like a good amount of these jinx is like timed exclusive. So I was like, all right, like I'm straight for the most part. Stray looked fire. I know I didn't see any gameplay, but I trust Annapurna like as a film production company and as a gaming company. I love their shit. Solar Ash, fuck with it, loved it, ready to go. So then it was the dope shit that I saw was those were my highlights. My dope stuff was Returnal. I like what I'm seeing there. RE Village, all right, cool. Already knew that shit was coming. Demon Souls remake, fire. Deathloop, fire. Fucking with it. Things that were cool to see for me was Ratchet and Clank, that was fire. Spider-Man, fire. Pragmata, I don't know what the fuck that is yet, but it still looks fire. Sackboy was cool to see. My mad moments was Gran Turismo. I mean, it looked good. Like it looked great. Like I fucked with the ray tracing and all of that. Like it looks dope. And Horizon, I've never been like a Horizon fan, so it was just like, but what I saw right there, it looked beautiful. So hey, and Godfall, like I don't give a fuck about that game. I don't even care to become the Xbox.
For the king.
Like, huh?
I'll just sing this song, my bad.
Oh, not like Godfall. I don't give a fuck about that game either. Like that game was just like, yeah. My no interest shit was like Hitman 3. I have no interest in. Jet the Far Shore. Like I don't really know yet. So I mean, whatever. Oddworld, Soulstorm. I don't give a fuck about. NBA 2K21. Don't care. Ghostwire seemed like how Sony has like exclusivity for that. I feel like they're gonna work VR in there somewhere because it definitely doesn't look like what I expected. And given that first teaser that they showed us of this game, and before it was like exclusive as far as we know, like it definitely didn't give off vibes like this. Like I'm digging the Japanese horror folklore vibes about it. Like some of the enemies tie into certain folklore. Like I'm digging that part, but then just like how the movement looks kind of stiff. Like I don't know shit if it's gonna if they're gonna show more gameplay and it could be more fluid seeming, but it looks like very stiff and like just the overall movement. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. And then Destruction All Stars or whatever the fuck, like it just looks like Bleeding Edge but with better movement with cars and shit like that. Like the animation, the art style, it definitely gave me that vibe. So I mean, I guess it'll be good, but I just have no interest in it. The PS5 overall, I figured that they were going to show that at the end, so I already had kind of like that vibe going into it. I feel like the digital one was probably the one that they were going with initially because aesthetically, symmetrically, like it looks better. Like it just looks more pleasing than having like that fucking tumor of a disk drive on the other joint. It creates kind of like this fucking loop, or like not in loop, like a hump. And I was like, damn, this looks like really fucking bad. Like, and I was just like, the digital joint looks fire. Like I'm loving it. Like it's just like on both sides, it's even, it's great, it's perfect. But then also the way that these consoles, both of them, Series X and the PS5, were designed, it just seems like both of these consoles were designed to be up vertically. Like, it's when you both lay them both on their sides, like they look dumb as fuck. Like they just don't look like aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, it does look weird.
Yeah, like it was like, and you got the little junk, like when you lay the PS5 down, like it's on like
like
the
a
damn,
donut.
yeah, like you got like a little junk like that goes like
That's
under
funny.
it to have it kind of like to have it kind of propped up. The some shit. So they both just look very proper standing up vertically, horizontal. But I feel like a lot of consoles have been going that way for some time since like the PS2 and afterwards. Like all the consoles have been kind of like built to go both ways. You get what I'm saying? Like vertically or horizontally, aesthetically. But it feels like these two are like, it's like you want to have these drinks up vertically. But I mean, overall, like I give the show like a 7.5 to an 8. Shit, I got some hidden gems in there that a lot of people shit on. Like they didn't care. Like all they care shit is about like the really big name games, and like those games didn't do shit for me. So shit, it was the little ones that really spoke to me, where I was like, ooh, this could be interesting or intriguing, or like whatever the story is in Stray. Like why are there only fucking TV screens walking around and no humans, and the cat with the backpack, like that type of shit. It just speaks to me. And like Little Devil Inside just reminded me of like certain anime premises that I've just grown accustomed to. Like it seems like this old man character is sending this guy out there on these adventures to gather up these things and shit, but he's going through hell to do it. And so I saw like the comedic side in it, and I was like, okay, I'll fuck with this. Like in the art style was just dope as hell. But yeah, that's my take on it. Is it day one?
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the Prog Matter Capcom put up? They put up a 4K 60 second video. That jump look crazy.
Yeah.
Real quick. Good. Which one do you think look better aesthetically as a console, next gen console? Series X or the PS5 equal sex?
Oh well, I'll go first. Since I just
wait. Hey, because if this is a roundtable question, I got to get to these super chats, and then I got to get my bars off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my bad.
Super chat. Go ahead.
No, like shit. I would say for me personally, aesthetically, it's the X. It's smaller, more compact, more dense from us seeing like how they put the parts into the case. So like I'm just more into seeing that in my house. Yeah, it's another black box, but I'm into the minimalistic type of thing. I don't need gaudy things in my house. Like I don't give a shit about that. Like I just want it to work properly and efficiently. So the Series X just build quality overall. Like I'm loving it. So that's my take.
All right. So Keontae Harris, I think this was from earlier. He said y'all copping now, got y'all stuck when y'all was going back and forth on the frame rate. Kenta Wilson says Ratchet and Clank was the game of the show, and I kind of agree. Emmanuel A says Sony said February for The Last of Us 2. At first, expect delays. So he's talking about I think like for like some of the games that were.
Yeah,
announced.
I mean some of them can definitely be delayed, but Sony's usually good. I mean, like as far as like Sony, like their bigger games, it's usually the only Naughty Dog games that usually get the delays because because God of War didn't get a delay. Ghost of Tsushima would have came out if it wasn't for The Last of Us getting delayed. The only reason why that game got delayed is because of The Last of Us.
And Griggity, shout out to Griggity. He got a bounce because he got to get ready for his next podcast. I just want to give you something to close with. Just want to thank you for hopping in soon. Hopefully another day we get you in for like a full episode.
Yeah,
but, man,
for sure, man.
Griggity.
All right, listen, brother. I'm sorry I have to leave, man. I appreciate the invitation, and like you said, I got to get on here. Actually, man, I would love to have you on WBG. Also, you and Corey, like, come on, man. Because Xbox podcast. But thank you for the invite. Thanks to everybody on the panel.
My invite.
Shout out, man.
Hey, I would love for you to be like come on my show today because my Scram Punk show is more of a of a open. We got a Stadia down there. We got a Nintendo girl. But WBG, you wouldn't fit on there, obviously. But I would definitely invite you on Scram Punch, Jabari. But
I want WBG, man. I want to be on that podcast.
No, I got one quick question for you, though, Jay. Now, Inside Xbox show last month. Now, let me ask you this: was the games they showed bad, or was the messaging bad, or it was just overall?
Well,
just
I didn't think the show was bad at all. I just felt like they overpromised on the messaging, and my biggest issue that I had with Inside Xbox is the fact that a console, next gen console, but you're not showing any games being ran on that next gen console. You're showing PCs that is representative of the Series X. That's not a way to sell your console, in my personal opinion.
That's fair enough, bro.
I didn't think the show was bad. I didn't think it was bad. Some of the games look cool.
That's fair enough, bro. That's all I want to know. But hey, Smooth, thanks again, man. I'll holler at you later, man. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Yeah, peace, Griggity.
Yeah, thanks, Griggity. All right, so now it's my turn, and now I'm down one Xbox guy, so I'm probably have to fucking like
Hey, we're gonna jump the shit at you now.
So
You're gonna jump this.
the PlayStation show. Was it good? Yes, it was good. Was it amazing? No. Was it breathtaking? No. Was it like a showstopper? No, it was none of that shit. It was good, and by PlayStation standards and all the stuff that I hear from PlayStation guys, that's not good enough. So they opened up the show with Grand Theft Auto 5 PlayStation 4 footage. Why? I don't know. But that kind of turned me off immediately, and I don't care to play Grand Theft Auto 5 on Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. So that was already like, all right, whatever.
You don't care about back compat?
See, I care about back combat, but I don't care about playing Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is released like... yeah, sure, I care about back compat, but what you're getting on the PlayStation 4, they're pretty much saying, oh, we're going to be enhancing it for the PlayStation 5, but they showed you PlayStation 4 footage. They ain't show you enhanced footage. They showed you PlayStation 4 footage. And then you have, then they start to show off for real by showing off Spider-Man, which they still didn't show much. They just confirmed that it's Miles Morales, and then there was confusing messaging about that afterwards. But sure, it's Spider-Man. The biggest shock there, I was watching it in the Iron Lords podcast. I had a hyper moment when it said Holiday 2020. I was like, that's dope. That's dope. So I'm not going to take that away. Do my thoughts on what we're going to get? Yeah, it may differ. I think it's good. I mean, I think we're going to see pretty much what Spider-Man 2018 could do on the PlayStation 5. Pretty much, and we're using Miles Morales as the lead character. That's all. It's not Spider-Man 2. I'm not looking at it like that. And if it was, it wouldn't have been shown first. I can tell you that. So Spider-Man, sure, that's an A showing. That it was it's a hype announcement because nobody was expecting that soon. So I'll give them that. Ratchet and Clank, one of my favorite PlayStation IPs. There hasn't been a Ratchet and Clank game I didn't like. So I'm not going to downplay Ratchet and Clank. The stuff that they were doing, the Rift and the going into different dimensions looks cool, but at the end of the day, visually, the game does not look like it can't be done on a PlayStation 4 Pro. But I'm still excited for it. Yes, I'm still excited.
Oh, yo, you are high, bro.
No. I made
Watch
sure
the
I
game
would,
again in 4K. And then watch
no, I
the
watch, dude.
2016 Ratchet
Just like the
Clank.
Xbox show, I watched these shows multiple times just to be for real. So
Yo,
the
go and play
destruction,
Ratchet and
the
Clank
particle
2016, bro.
bro, I beat that game. I beat that game twice.
Hold up, guys.
I
Hold
beat
up. You said Ratchet and Clank can be ran on PS4 Pro.
I said
Let 'em know.
I said visually it didn't look like it couldn't be ran on
Oh my
PS4
God.
Pro.
You a wild.
Go ahead. No, continue.
Yeah, so visually, and I stick by that. I mean,
I'll tackle that. No, I'll tackle that later.
So
Continue.
And I've said on many podcasts, Ratchet and Clank is one of my favorite IPs. I beat it twice. I beat it on the PS4 Pro. Also beat it on my son's PlayStation recently. So it is what it is. Like, I thought the game, what they were doing with the stage and stuff to show off with like the SSD and all that stuff to kind of give you an idea, I thought that was dope. New character looks pretty dope. But like I said, visually the game didn't scream like, oh, this can only be done on PS5, because I've seen some impressive looking games on the PlayStation 4. I'm sorry. I mean, hats off to Sony for making good looking games that their first gen PS5 games aren't looking that much better. All right, so the other thing, like Gran Turismo, I predicted this. It's Gran Turismo. Like, I don't have anything negative to say about it. The only thing was, when they were showing it, that made me question it, is that there weren't a lot of cars on the track, and there was a little bit of texture popping, which was weird considering the SSD. But that wasn't something that I was like, oh, this show sucks for, or anything like that. It's like, all right, whatever, cool. I expected that, and we got it. Though I think the biggest surprise is that I still don't got a confirmation if that is a launch title. So that's the thing, is that the Ratchet and Clank and the Gran Turismo weren't, I guess, for as of today, they're not confirmed as launch titles. So I'm not expecting those games at launch, which is a little odd. And then as far as highlights, both the games Bethesda showed to me look ugly as hell. I'm not interested in it, but it's cool to see them get like a third-party exclusive from Bethesda, who typically works closely with Microsoft on at least marketing. So that was a good look. Some of the games that they showed some bullshit. Volcano High was trash. Some shit that you shouldn't be showing at a PlayStation 5 event. I heard they were cutting content. I would have much rather seen the game Quantum Error over Volcano High. And then they had the game I call Strawberry Simulator, Buzz Snacks and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty odd to be showing at a PlayStation 5 show, especially after its fan base done made fun of Grounded for the last 7 months. And then,
as we should, Grounded is trash, hot garbage.
And then they also showed there was like the cat game. I know Koi's interested in that. That shit I just thought was like, okay, that's interesting. I'm not. That shit ain't for me. Pragmata, new IP from Capcom. Like I said, there was no gameplay. They kind of Death Stranding it, but you know, it's a multi-plat. It's coming out for Xbox Series X as well. Resident Evil 8 it's Resident Evil. There's so many Resident Evil games. I'm not even hyped when they announce a new one, but I had no kind of like emotion about that. I was like, okay, it is what it is. And then at this point during the show, I was tweeting while the show was going on. The only games outside of the obviously the Ratchet and Clanks and stuff, those were expected. Horizon Zero, I'm not going to act like I was surprised to see Horizon. I was surprised that I didn't see gameplay. That's the only thing. I was surprised that I didn't see gameplay for Horizon Forbidden West. So I don't have a thought on it because I didn't see anything that says, wow. I was like, okay, they confirmed it. They pretty much saved their show. Two games that really did it that I said, you know, I can mess with these is obviously Kena. That game that and that's actually a multiplayer. I think it's timed exclusive for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and Epic Game Store this holiday. But I'll definitely be playing that day one on the PlayStation 5 for sure because that's my alley. And then this game that's probably about 2-3. This game's probably like 4 years out, maybe. It's Project Athia
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Square Enix.
Yeah.
That game looked dope. That shit had reminiscence of like that Unreal 5 demo. Just something. It just had this glow and this pop to it. I thought
The
it was
environment.
dope. Yeah.
You know what that game is? I'm gonna need everybody in this panel and also in the section after the podcast. Go look up Agnes Philosophy, which is a tech demo from Square Enix. They did it a couple years ago. Go look that shit up and then come back and look at Project Athia and this shit. And this is pretty much that tech demo made into a game.
Okay.
Yo,
Fair
look at the Discord chat and look at the screenshot I sent from that game. That's an actual like 4K screenshot that I found on the internet.
Yeah.
That game looks amazing.
That's
It looks dope.
Yo, Smooth, real quick, because you say you couldn't have an impression with Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
You sure it made a huge impression for Hellblade 2 with no gameplay? How did that work?
Because it was a
Big facts.
Hey,
Got him.
hold on. No, he ain't
Got him.
He ain't got me. You know why? One, when I was watching that bullshit Game Awards, I was not expecting to see the Xbox Series X. So I was on some sort of high at that point. I was already in shock of seeing this beautiful square or rectangle. I was like, oh my God, they actually did it in December 2019? And then the follow, we got a game to show you from Ninja Theory? Like, the studio y'all just bought? Oh shit, and it's not going to be that fucking, what's that game, Bleeding Edge? What is this? And you seen how, like, I'm like, oh shit, Senua, that's dope. They confirmed Hellblade 2. That was just hype. So that's one thing. Horizon, how long? Come on, we confirmed. We all kind of expected Horizon.
Yeah,
I did. Everyone was projecting.
Oh, Horizon, and Hellblade came out the same year, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is, we've had job listings and rumors of the follow-up to Horizon, and we kind of expected that to be along the PlayStation 5 because remember, every other studio Sony had games come out after Horizon, so they were the only ones really should be ready to release something either at launch or early
I didn't expect to see Hellblade back then either.
So it was just shock value. That's what it was. I expected to see Horizon sequel, and I've been saying that. I was like, yo, the only way Sony, I said before the show wrapped, I was like, the only way PlayStation can save this show for me is hurry up and show Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and show the damn console, and I'm good. And
I think y'all lying because I knew a Hellblade 2 was coming. You just
no.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. The game you didn't know what was coming was Bleeding Edge. You didn't know that was coming.
No.
Hellblade, you knew that game was going to be Ninja Theory next big bluster. And a lot of you, like I said, you guys can't fool me because I watch you guys a lot. A lot of you guys were proclaiming Hellblade 2 is going to be Xbox exclusive. You were shocked that it's being showed at that show, but you knew that game was going to be shown.
We did not expect to see that game that soon, bro.
But the thing is that with that, the way that Hellblade ended, I did not expect. So to get it to like I don't know shit if you watch shows before I was ever on this, Joan, but the way I saw it was that like I didn't expect that. Cause like I felt that her story was done. So like when they showed that with the Series X, that was a shocker to me. The thing about Horizon was that like I thought about the time framing between the first game and a possible second one. So like I was like, okay, I could see them doing it. So like when I saw it like being shown, I was like, all right, so I was right. Like because I just thought about the time, the window in between the titles. So I didn't expect Hellblade 2 at all.
Yeah. Well, to me, I kind of expected Hellblade 2 first of all because how critically acclaimed it was.
You expected it at that event?
No.
Like we expected the game to come, but we didn't expect at that event.
No, not at that event. I'm just saying the game in general. I expected a Hellblade 2. I expected that's probably what Microsoft is going to have Ninja Theory work on, given a bigger budget, whatever. But what's the shocker is them showing it that early at the game.
Yeah, so that's what I just said. Shock value.
I expected Horizon to be shown in this PlayStation event.
Yeah, but that doesn't. That still is like opening a can of worms to what Kid Smooth's point was. He said that he can't have an impression on Horizon because there's no gameplay.
All right, so that's different.
Here's
from
the
how I
thing.
feel. Like,
Here's the
I can
thing.
look at the concept of a game, but oh, this might be
the first Horizon was revealed to us with what? Gameplay, right? And it was like, and then it turned out when it finally came out to be pretty much what we saw all those years ago. So this time, the game's supposed to be coming what, next year? That's why I was shocked. I was like, well, I don't have an impression on this because it's just a trailer. If they would have did like a similar thing, even if they did like a Project Athia to the shit or some shit like that, I don't know. If they even showed like a 1 minute like segment or 2 minute segment, I would be like, oh yeah, that looks freaking dope. But it wasn't displayed to us the way the first game was displayed to us, where you can actually draw up a good opinion on what you saw. All I could do is speculate what I saw. All right, underwater levels, some levels in like a desert area, bigger animals. That's all I can do is speculate. I didn't see any of that in actual action. So that's why I said that. So and in terms of Ninja, I didn't expect to see Hellblade in December. And from what I hear on the bot side of things, we expected Hellblade to do hopefully do like Enslaved or we knew Hellblade was coming, but we thought that was like further down the line. And we thought they would we were asking them to pick up some sort of Xbox IP that like fucking like Scalebound. I don't know if you guys remember those rumors or some shit like that, but yeah. So otherwise, the show.
Yeah, you guys are definitely expecting Hellblade 2. Let's not get off.
in terms of the show, like
I speak for myself.
You guys had games like Sackboy, which is what it is, and all that stuff. So
Nutsack.
I didn't care much.
Don't be hating my man Sackboy. That's a PS mascot.
I didn't really. I'm gonna play it because it's a platformer, but I ain't gonna be like, I was happy to see
if you play Minecraft Dungeon, you can play Sackboy.
Minecraft Dungeons is different,
and
but
Super Lucky's Tale.
Super Lucky Tale. That game is trash, but Sackboy, I like platformers, but the thing is, I would have much preferred a Knack 3, and I'm gonna just keep it real for you.
Now you tickle my. I see what you try to do right there. You try to tickle my fancies to be on your side. Yeah, I'm with you, though, Smooth. I'm with you.
All right, and then they showed that the PlayStation 5 console. I mean, it's big, it's futuristic, it's ugly. The digital one looks better, but it does look like a sex toy. But
oh man,
when you consider the size, it's probably too big. And then the other one just looks like, I don't know, like I said, it looks like the digital version with a hernia. It's a big console. It looks.
Which one look better?
Which one looks better? I want the digital version because it's more like
between Series X and the PS5. Which one look better?
Which one looks better? The Series X, easily. The PS5
Hold on,
looks
Series
more.
X looks better.
Yes.
What is special about the Series X? It's just a box.
It doesn't have to be special. Like, it's about.
Yeah, I like this guy.
It's about aesthetics and it's about how it fits into the living room. I can tell you right now, having that big ass PS5 just like out and about, like I could feel like that drink is gonna get chipped or like
that shit might chip
somebody.
I have a big ass living room, so.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. But it's just like
it's
also just the colorway of it. It's just like black and white, the two-tone. It's just not fit. It's not hitting for me.
Hold on, you know what?
Like I'm a more minimalistic person, so
you know
like
what they said about the fence?
Yeah. Shit, I don't mind like an all white or all black console, but when it comes to two-tone, it's just like it doesn't hit for me personally. So that's my thing about it. I don't mind a black box, bro.
Hey, I'm getting both at
They're saying now. They're saying with the fins, you can actually customize them. Like you can snap them off and put.
Take them off.
Yeah,
but that's cool.
Ones
that's
on them
cool.
and stuff like
then
that.
They should have did that them damn stuff and made it black.
Yeah, shit, I would rather than make it black.
Yeah,
bro.
No,
like,
because
that's
every
what I'm
fucking
just
like,
saying.
we've had black consoles for like the freaking past like 3-4 generations.
Like, and I'm fine with that. Like, I don't need like that's the thing is just like if it blends into whatever type of setup that I have, then I'm good. Like that's like asking where like some folks were asking for like wood grain to come back on consoles. How about no, bro?
You
know what's the difference? You know what's the difference from my impression? What I'm hearing, what you're saying, you're pretty much saying that with the Series X joint in your whatever little closet or entertainment set, the PlayStation is more of a console that you want to show that thing off. You want to put that in the bright and open, like look,
yeah,
you
like
go.
you want to show it off, like you want like that's just show off.
That
shit.
shit's
Like,
so
that's
big
just
it's gonna have to
shit.
sit on the floor.
Yeah, like
See,
you
I'm not
can't
even
hide
gonna,
it
I'm not even
anywhere.
gonna lie to you though. Like,
Like, you can't
I
hide
don't
it.
think I'm gonna put
Like,
that in the entertainment center. I don't think I can fit that in the entertainment center.
Nah,
I'm gonna have
it's
to keep it
son.
outside. You
That
know,
jank
do
is
some
tall
cable
and wide,
management.
bro.
And
Yeah,
that's
I
a
don't think I can
selfish
fit that in
ass
there.
console. You can't
Is
sit
it
nothing
no?
on top of
Then
it.
did you see it lay flat? Like, it looks so weird laying it flat. Like,
No,
you just
it does.
keep it
I don't
outside
like
the
it laying
entertainment
down
center.
flat. I agree with you with that, but
Yeah.
I have a desk right here. I'm gonna have my thing standing up.
Mhm.
And it looks gonna be perfect for next to the
Yeah.
PS4.
And
I'm
that's
gonna
the,
keep
that's
it.
the
I'm gonna
problem.
keep it in the living room. I'm gonna just keep it in there.
I'm
You know,
gonna
that's
try to
it.
hook these up to like monitors. Like I have, if I keep, I plan on keeping the same desk, so I should have room for both of them. But yeah, both them bad boys gonna have to sit up because one, they both are ugly as shit laying on its side.
Exactly.
And but that PlayStation 5 is uncomfortably big, though. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
bro. Let me read these super chats before they get mad at me. Shout out to Burger Boy 26 for $2. He said, "Smooth, you tripping about Ratchet and Clank, bruh? I'm sorry."
Facts.
And then
He is.
hold on.
You missed my man Cream Pale too. You missed his tweet.
No, I'm not done. Flaffy says PS Station putting pressure on these bots exposed. Nope. The Trigger Man says Hellblade was unexpected because it was a bland game. Shut the fuck up.
Dog.
Like
And
now it's a bland game.
And then the
Yo,
eliminated
that's a paying customer. Smooth, extreme respect.
E1 Matar. Yo, who said this name correctly when I was trying to say
El Matador.
A matter.
And Matador 809 says, "You bashing the PS5 and the series look like a trash can." The PlayStation 5 is like a fucking the fan I got in my bathroom that I'm about to throw out.
No, you can't. You guys can't front. The PS5 memes are hilarious. Those two.
Nah,
days,
hell
like,
yeah, this
it
shit
was
is
amazing.
funny.
I posted them.
Yeah,
don't-
that
like, to
shit.
me-
Them shit was jokes.
To me, the console looks good to me. Like everybody bashing and saying it looks ugly, and I'm laughing at you. It's like it doesn't bother me.
And
like,
then
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day,
you don't like how it
you gotta play games on it.
I
Like,
gotta catch King
Yeah.
Prel. I missed his. My bad. King Prel said for $2, my boy Jay Bari here doing Sony work.
Yeah.
What up, kid?
Yeah.
Jay Bari,
No,
Jay
like
Bari
how-
about to lose his fucking kneecaps, but let's get it.
No, like how I think about it is, this is like for me personally the best aesthetically pleasing PlayStation console was the PS2 for me thus far, and then the OG PS4. Like those two, like look like perfect to me. Like just like overall design.
I
love them
wasn't
to
a
death.
fan of the PS4 design.
Wow, really?
I like the fact that
like the
PlayStation
PS4
takes a different approach to each console.
Each
Like
console,
my
yeah.
thing with Xbox is just like, then the Series X just looks like a fatter Xbox One X. Like I don't see like what they're trying to separate this console the looks as far as this is the next generation. You just made a fatter
No,
PS.
this is definitely like design wise. Like a lot of these consoles prior to these were built to have kind of like it's like where you could do them vertically and horizontally. It's like with this console, with these two consoles, it looks like they were specifically built to be vertically.
Yeah,
that's good.
they
That's
were.
good.
I feel like the
I
overlap.
agree with that.
I feel like from like the PS2 gen onward, they were considering your living room and entertainment system. I'm like this gen, they said fuck it. Like
Yeah, it's
y'all,
whatever.
there's like
The
y'all
only-
want some
the
power,
only-
y'all gonna have to get some hideous
So
designs.
regarding the PlayStation 5, the size of it, why it's so big, is because they want that motherfucker to be cold, right? They want that bitch to be cooled down, and they want it to be super quiet. They don't want the same situations with the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. Where
The
they're-
PS4
Oh,
Pro.
yeah, we-
The thing is,
that's
yo,
just
Chris.
that's bad engineering right there.
The
on
thing is,
PS4
Chris.
Pro.
The thing is, Chris, is that I don't think the PS5 is big. I think it's tall, but it's a very slim, sleek console. You know what I
Nah,
mean? Big
dude.
will be
Yeah.
like an Xbox. Like it's
Xbox
fat.
One.
And you know what I mean? That's big. But
yeah,
this
this
is like
short.
like
This
they
one is tall.
always-
This is
they
tall and
already
skinny.
said-
Xbox fat and shit.
I can't stand the base Xbox.
No,
One.
they said that
Hated
it was that it was taller. Like they showed them like
They said, like, the tallest
comparison. Like
console.
they said
Yeah.
like the fat Xbox, like the very first one, like the OG VCR jump. Like they said that it's as long as that one. Like so it's like I mean that's a lengthy boy, bro.
Right,
Like I
yeah.
looked at that jump, like I was like, son, like
Yeah.
this thing is.
To me,
Yeah,
the best PlayStation console. Well, my favorite PlayStation console design is the
Mm.
PS1 Slim, like the
True.
really small one.
oh yeah.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
gonna go
I
out
know
on a
what you
whim
know,
and
bro.
say the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition is probably literally the same, I guess, from the front width as the Xbox 360 original, but just taller. And then obviously when you turn it on it, like when you like look at it from like front to back,
from the side,
it has to be bigger than the 360 on that way too.
No, it definitely is. When they turned it to the side, like they turned it like
No, I think aesthetically the digital version looks better because it looks a little bit more sleeker.
Thing is sex
or whatever. But I'm definitely going to go with the physical, the one with the
I have
optical
to
drive.
the optical drive for sure.
That shit's so ugly.
Shit, I wouldn't take the optical drive because I don't have like.
I'm going all digital, baby. I want sex.
Exactly, like that shit. I wouldn't have that many games like disc wise. I don't have them anymore, so it's just like I would go all digital.
It's just because I have some PS4 disc that I know is coming to backwards compatibility.
For sure.
I want to retain that as much as possible. But the next thing, because now I actually want to see how you can, because Mark Cerny said that you can put an SSD inside there, a Gen 4 SSD. Now they still have to come out with that list in terms of what's compatible. I want to know how you can access that, and then obviously I've been saying this for like 3 weeks. I want to see the UI and the features that are coming with that UI as well. That's the biggest thing I want to see from PS5 is the UI improvements. And they actually had a post, like the vice president from UX design. His name is Matt McLaren. He was posting on LinkedIn how they're going to do an entire overhaul, but he's going to focus on practicality first. So that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we saw a glimpse of it. When you push the center button, the PlayStation button.
They teased that. I thought they were gonna show it, but they didn't. So
me too, bro. I was hyped off that shit.
The thing is with the UI is that they saying that they're gonna redesign it, but really and truly, I love the PS4 UI. I don't want them to change too much of it because it gets to where I need to get to. It's functional.
Yeah. From what I've been seeing, I think that some people have been saying how it's gonna be more of like a Netflix style, how like you're gonna see your games, and because of the how fast that SSD is, when you hover over a certain game like here you can do on PS4, it will literally show you like where you're at in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is. That's just a rumor right now. So a lot of that speculation up in the air.
Saw some patents on it.
I was gonna say, Barry, get ready for it to be completely different from the PS4 UIs because everything else is just completely different. Controller.
Yeah, I saw some patents on it. I saw some patents. It looked like it's gonna be a little. It looked like it's gonna be, especially the dynamic area. It looked like it's gonna be different. My main thing is XMB. So classic and pivotal to PlayStation. Like, use that because it gets to what I need to get to quick. I don't have no issues with
what if they do what if they do something like, okay, they have the new UI, right, and it's different, blah blah blah, right, but you could also switch it to classic. You know what I mean?
I think they'll introduce a lot more customization so you can make it how you want. That's the one thing I do like about the Xbox on UI is that you can customize it any way you want. Like I can have my homepage be whatever apps I want, whatever games I want on there. Like you have that in-depth customization. I like PS4 because everything's just laid out right there and I can have subfolders. That's it. Boom, 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 boom. Everything's right there.
That's the major thing I need on PS5 is them folders. Like no cap. Like I want my folders in one. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait a couple of months or a year.
Folders, bro. Like I was trying to delete them motherfuckers because I never used them. So it was just like they created clutter for me to where like it just bothered me just going through the UI. Like I know where my games are and shit up on there, but it was just like the folders I never used. PlayStation Vue or like
they took that stuff away.
The thing is without the folders, it's like you're gonna get an endless constant scroll to the right of what games that you've been playing.
Yeah, like
I didn't like that too much.
Yeah, for the folks who use it, fine, keep it. But it's just for me, let me have an option to take them off. Because it's like I never had that many games installed on my PlayStation. I had like 10 or some shit at a time or something. So that'd be like that wasn't a lot to me. So it's just like the folders just cluttered my shit up where I was like I don't use them. So they just seemed useless to me.
All right, so let's move along. So after the PlayStation got their hype, they hit in with a couple things. They got
The blades are not better.
You got The Last of Us 2 reviews come out, and it's standing at
Ooh-wee.
96. But there are some reviewers protesting. They say, we're going to wait out this embargo and post our review on Friday so we could talk about the shit they don't want us to talk about. And so I think that score is going to drop maybe 1 or 2 points to about like 94, 95 come Friday.
Not saying that drop 2 points.
Not to say that I'm rooting
drop to
for
95,
but I think it's going to drop. But like, the game comes out Thursday. No, not Thursday, Friday, but Thursday midnight, whatever. I believe it or not, I haven't pre-ordered the game. I was trying to hold out to see if I could get like a early copy, and I don't. So I figured I'm gonna probably just do my digital pre-order tonight, and hopefully I don't regret it. But but the thing is down, and let's just stay on this quickly, and then because I want to move over to some Xbox, because this is Planet Xbox. Let's
Not today.
talk about the freaking The Last of Us, pretty much the score and what you guys plan on doing. Are you guys just going and like signing out and just playing, or are you guys gonna be streaming this thing?
I wish, bro. Like,
Sorry,
all right,
no.
all right. I'll go first. Like, if I had my PlayStation, bro, like, I would stream the shit. Like, I don't care. Like, I would stream it.
What you just said? What you just said? What you just said? If you had your PlayStation?
Yeah. It's just a long story with that.
Oh,
one.
nah, brother.
But
Listen, brother. Do you have a YouTube channel, brother, man?
The YouTube channel?
Yeah.
I have an account, not a channel. Like,
Are you on Twitter, brother, man?
Yeah. Like,
Nah, this is we're not going to do this. We want to get you a PlayStation because there's no way you can go out this whole generation. You don't have a PlayStation, my brother. What is going on here?
I didn't
All right,
go whole generation. Like, I played The Last of Us, and I played Shigata War, and I played like all of those. So I played them. It's just that
You got to finish off strong. What's your Twitter? Give me your Twitter. I'm gonna add you on. No, we're not gonna have you finish out of this generation. You don't have an old PS4. I'm sorry. You can't have me. You can't have me on this podcast and you start out your answer talking about I wish if I had my PlayStation. Nah, it's gonna happen.
What's your Twitter? Chai.
I'm sending it to you in a DM, Jabari.
Yeah, like
in the DMs. That's good. Continue, brother. I'm sorry.
But it's like I said, like I was saying, shit. If I had it, like I would definitely play that shit like day one. Like The Last of Us is one of my favorite PlayStation IPs. So it's like, I mean, with the scores, I didn't think that it would outdo The Last of Us 1, but from some of the scores, like that folks have said, like I said, if I recall, I think I said it would get like a 92 or 93. Like I didn't think that it would hit like where like The Last of Us hit with a 95 or more. So like it shocked me a bit. Like I was like, damn, like that's like fucking crazy. But some because I listened to Alana Pierce on her podcast, and she talked about how the embargo for the game is like it's very weird. Like it's like it's gatey, cagey type of tactics or some shit, something crazy. Like where I was like, I've never heard of that before when talked about embargoes as well. So I mean, I don't know. Like I don't know shit if it's like they're hiding something or they're trying to stop folks from like saying too much or like I don't know.
I feel like there's a lot of it comes to certain aspects of the game is due to the fact that's how this game was treated with the leaks and stuff like that.
With the leaks and the spoilers and stuff.
On top of the reviews, it's also going to add on to more leaks and leaks. You know what I mean? It's like a story-driven game that got leaked like that. Huge game, one of the biggest games this year. Mm-hmm. Not going to want that story to just be out there because more people is going to be tuning into these reviews. Like the hardcore people, they're looking at the leaks, but now you're looking at casual people. You're going to give out big story, pivotal points that they probably don't want to be out there. So that's why I'm saying that.
Nah, so I've seen the leaks. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, but
same.
I know, at least like some of like the major twists that happened in that game, and so I know, so they don't. So Sony or Naughty Dog. They just don't want. They want that to be a surprise for the players that's going to be playing it. But that shouldn't affect anybody's review score, because even say if you're restricted to talk about a bunch of stuff that you're not allowed to talk about with your review, it's not going to change. If you feel the game is a 6 out of 10, you're still going to give it a 6 out of 10. You just can't talk about some of the stuff that you want to talk about. You know what I mean? Or if you feel it's a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, it's the same way. So
overall reviews is their
Yeah.
final verdict on the whole game, not just what they can
exactly,
talk about.
exactly.
Yeah, I don't
What
know.
was the question?
No,
What was the
I-
question again?
No, I was just asking, what do you guys plan on doing? I mean, thoughts on the reviews, if you guys want to comment on that.
Oh,
What are,
yeah,
what are your
so,
plans? Are you going to be streaming it, or you guys like kind of playing it offline?
I think I'm gonna play it offline, man, because I do a lot
don't
of
stream.
exploring, and I don't
No,
think, I
Yeah,
don't think
same.
somebody's gonna want to watch me
Same
like,
shit
go
if I
into
played
every
it.
nick and cranny trying to find different secrets with the game, especially with how much bigger the game is in scale compared to the first game. Like I'm gonna go in very, very deep depth with that game and trying to like find different stuff, whether it's loot,
Exactly.
like other stuff. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
logging out
I'm not
on
streaming
Twitter.
that.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't live stream, so of course I'm not gonna live stream. But I can't even play this because Friday I'm leaving out of town. I'm going to Florida to attend a funeral on Saturday, so I'm gonna be back Monday. You know what I mean? So this whole weekend I'm not even gonna be playing, and I'm gonna be like probably vaguely on Twitter because I don't want to see any spoilers. As far as like other things that I don't know about, aside from the ones I know about, but other things I don't know about. But as far as the reviews go, it's a little surprising because honestly, I thought this game was going to be maybe like a 93 or something like that, only because of all the controversy about the game. I thought there was going to be more reviewers that was going to give it a lower
Smooth
score.
started.
yeah, the smooth, exactly, yeah, the ones that smooth.
I was about to
But-
real talk. I was about to drive the Jersey and meet up with
I
Smooth
mean,
and just kick
listen,
him.
bro. Like this is like we already know. Like as far as first party goes, like PlayStation, like it's top of the line. The only one that's comparable to them currently right now is Nintendo. So and plus you got Naughty Dog. Like when's the last game they dropped the game that was under a 90? Like all their games have just been fired and just been highly reviewed, highly praised, and everything like that. So it's not really surprising. You know what I mean? I just feel bad for the people got caught up in the whole controversy, so it tainted their views on something that can potentially be an amazing experience when they play it. And I fully expect Friday, once the user review scores go up for Metacritic, there's going to be a lot of review bombing for people who didn't play it or finish the game. A lot of review bombing.
I can see that. Like
Smooth, but I'm proud of you though, man. Because you know when you was going on your little tirade about this game, you know, knew you was fronting.
There was no front. There was
Nah,
no
you-
front.
you- nah, you was fronting.
Nah.
You
My
fronting.
thing is, my thought was,
Nah,
if,
nah.
like I said, if what I read was true, I said it like this: I don't know if I can support the game. I never said I am not. I just don't know if I could. And but now it was in front, and then they showed some information that came out on it and stuff. I'm giving the benefit of doubt. I mean, if the game is trash, it's trash. You know what I mean? But I'm looking forward to it. There's some things that I like from that, that reveal that they did earlier this month. And then I listened to a few people's reviews that said some things that I probably wouldn't like about the game. It has nothing to do with like my opinion or my political stance or anything like that, but it's more so of like the game that I don't like. So we'll see. I plan on playing it. I probably will stream it. I plan on it. But they kind of like super like they gave you a whole bunch of difficulty options. So this whole like normal, medium, hard type situation, I guess, is not like so like, and then you don't get a trophy for the hardest difficulty. So that's I plan on playing it either normal, hard, like normal base, that
is something that really got confirmed as far as difficulty trophies.
Yeah.
I didn't see no trophy. I didn't look at. I don't want to be spoiled. That's why.
I think it's pretty much confirmed. But that's one of the questions I wanted to ask y'all.
There's no beat it on normal, hard, survival.
No trophies like that, which is disappointing to me because every Naughty Dog. yeah, every Naughty Dog game ever since trophies became available, they all had a difficulty trophy. Every single one of them. So this is just
Watch
like
Smooth Stream,
Naughty
man.
Dog trying to make it the most. They want this game to be played by as much people as possible, and they want everybody to get their participation trophies or whatever. But either way, it's not. Either way, it sucks that the game is not gonna have trophies. At least the base game, they're probably gonna patch in Grounded and give it its own trophy. I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. But that's what I wanted to ask everybody. What difficulty are you gonna play your first playthrough? Me, I'm gonna play on survival, no listen mode, and I ain't gonna touch none of the difficulty.
Wait, is survival
sliders.
the second to hardest one?
That's the hardest one at launch.
At launch?
My first playthrough. First playthrough is normal, baby.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do.
Yeah, so
I
that
want
usually just do
to
normal,
actually get a feel
so-
for the game and know what to do before I do the hardest difficulty, because I can do like a
Sure.
normal playthrough, and then I can know how to approach it when I go to the hardest difficulty.
I'm a story dude first, so I like to enjoy the story first. So I play in normal, and I'll play on all the harder difficulties.
That's a game that you do multiple playthroughs of the game. So at least to me, like I
do the challenges after I much complete the game and all that.
But I don't see. Okay, so I play a lot of hard games like the Souls games, Neo, and whatever, right? To me, other than Uncharted, because Uncharted, like their highest difficulty is just like their NPCs are just like super aimbot or whatever. But like as far as like The Last of Us, like Grounded wasn't really that hard. You know what I mean? It was. I didn't see that. As
it's very stealth oriented.
I don't think survival is gonna be.
But you wasn't playing Grounded your first playthrough. You know, that's a big difference. Came way after.
True. That's true. So, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see, man. But I definitely
think it's like Grounded is not hard, but it's just like cheap stuff that will get you frustrated. Like, damn, that's pretty cheap. I mean, you're pretty. I can shoot you 20 times. You shoot me once, I'm dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
or like
I just like to enjoy the story. Like this type of game, story-driven game. So I'm playing normal at first, and then after that, I'll do all the challenge myself and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but I don't. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. I'm not gonna go with survival.
Gotcha.
Because
I'm not gonna tweak no. Cause I saw the settings stuff. That's a lot of customization with the settings. Like,
I'm not tweaking.
I don't think that's a little too much.
That's what I'm saying. This game should be an amazing game for Kids Smooth, man. Because all you got to do is tweak some shit up. They don't like.
Nah. They got it to the point where you got have AI just standing still. Like, I don't know. I ain't gonna be doing that shit. Like, I'm just.
Yeah, that doesn't even make the game fun anymore.
With all the options,
doing shit like that.
I feel like with all the options, it just kind of really just encourages me to just leave the game alone and just play whatever default that is set on.
It pretty much made all like cheats available. Like, you know, old school when you unlock cheats and stuff. Like, all right, now you can just unlock them.
Yeah, unlimited ammo.
That's crazy, dog.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that with the game. That's just ridiculous, bro.
Can you guys not hear me?
Oh, Addict. There you go.
Yeah.
Addict, all right. You're chewing on something?
Addict rubbing his beard.
That's
not
Jay's
me.
Oh, my bad. Let me.
All right. Do you so I'm about to transition to another subject.
What's the topic?
Well, we just finished with The Last of Us, like just our thoughts on like the review and what we are going to be playing.
We're not. I have my own issues with the reviews of The Last of Us, but we're not going into that because this is Planet Xbox, not Last.
Yeah, hold up, Gaming Addict. You just came up in here. Your boy
we go.
Jay Barry's here in the stream. You came up in here that's tired. You know what I mean? I need you to wake your ass up. Understand what I'm saying? You get. I just came in. No, wake that up.
J-Dub. Jabari, not everyone is in streams for 10, 15 hours a week, okay? I do tired, all right? You're going to have to calm down.
My bad, man. My bad. I'll be wilding. But go ahead, Smooth. Control your podcast.
Yeah. Hold on. Before we even go on, let me read the super chat. He said, "Flaffy, I think I missed this one." He said, "So if two-tone is unappealing, is Xbox One S ugly?" Well, the Xbox.
What do you mean?
Because the Xbox One X I have is actually technically two-tone, and the standard Xbox One S is two-tone. It's majority white, but the bottom base is black. It's the part you don't see.
The one I have the blue one. It's all blue.
It's all blue.
Yeah.
And the
It's the
Xbox One
way
S
that
is a good
it's
looking console.
it's the way that it's implemented though. Like it's the two panels, it's the whole sandwich formation.
Yeah,
Like if
I
we're
think it
talking,
looks great.
Are we going to talk
yeah, see
about how it's? Are we going to talk about how that PlayStation 5 is almost the size of the Empire State Building? We going to talk about that?
we
already talked about that.
already talked about it. It's the
We're
it's
going to
the
talk
whole,
about how you don't need guns anymore. You just buy a PS5 and you can beat people to death with it.
oh man,
Listen, play has no limits. You know what I mean?
oh man.
Yeah, play got no limits because it's live. Never mind. Let's just move on. I got jokes today. Let's just go.
So it's also like what's been coming out the woodworks from like, you know, a lot of like insiders. A lot of people are starting to big up this the Xbox July event.
I heard that.
The phrase that came out is night of mic drops.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot too.
That the one thing you got to see is like a lot of these people, you know, that they might favorite one brand or another, and they've been capping. Like they really have. Like I don't know what they know, but they must know something.
Yeah.
I think
they don't know. They don't know nothing.
No, he's right. He's right.
Yeah, good.
No, go ahead, Attic,
because I mean, I can't say that, you know, they're just saying stuff to say stuff. I'm confident some of them know stuff, but it's just like it's interesting that they're all saying it around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but these like insiders, they found something out the past couple days.
Yeah, and the stuff that we're hearing is like obviously, and we're gonna get into this, like the Xbox, you know, the Lockhart being is going to be, the size is going to surprise us. So I think it's going to look more like that little GameCube thing, and that the price is supposed to be half the price of the Xbox Series X.
What I told you in the beginning of the stream. Cancel Project Lockhart. Cancel it now.
I have a question.
I want to learn more about it.
I have a question about that though. Yeah. Like, are we 100% sure that Lockhart is even going to happen?
Yeah.
That's my question.
Now that PlayStation has two devices.
Really. No, because why would you bring out a console that's weaker? And then you're putting more stress on devs to optimize games for weaker hardware.
Like I said, we don't
there's been tech guys that have broke that down. Like there's been devs that have broke that down where like,
well, let them finish.
That's not even an issue.
Let me finish my point. Here's what I'm saying, because they still have enough time to take the original Lockhart or just take Series X and just say fuck it, we're gonna pull a PlayStation and just no optical drive. That's it. No, they can still do that. But
that's not gonna work.
I don't think there's any point in dropping a Lockhart anymore, honestly.
No, there's definitely a point. Like they're not.
I agree.
The whole point of the Lockhart is it's not supposed to target any of us in this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to go your 1080p, 1440p thing. That's the reason it's not good. It's just scalability. It's exactly how PC gaming is now. If a game is launched on it, it's not going to target 4K.
I understand, but all right, game design, because we talked about this with Optimus Code, right?
Here we go.
Are you gonna put a weaker console and have devs compromise design and do like some scale down shit? I don't know. Like it's just weird.
Do that all the time right now.
This is what I.
But also the thing is more capable than the One X, if I recall, with the specs and everything,
possibly,
like the rumored specs.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean,
you're gonna have to mandate devs.
It'll be able to do what it's supposed to do, just not stack up visually to what the X can do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I think,
like, maybe
serious question though.
I think we should have a dev.
Just the visuals
I think we should have a dev and ask a dev that question. Like, if a Lockhart is coming, why would it be easier for you to just program for the Series X as opposed to?
I've asked the dev that question.
You heard.
I mean, so yeah.
What Capcom said? Capcom said, "Yo, we are done with the PS4 and
version,
Xbox One."
And not only that, but we had Optimus Code on here. He said the same thing. He said, "Yo, there's devs that would love to take advantage of only the 2080, but they can't because they have to scale down to like a 960 or whatever." At the end of the day,
it's about health of the industry. If everyone started making games for the 2080s and that's all, the PC market would go under in like 6 months because no one's buying games anymore because they can't
we're talking
buy
about
games.
console. We're talking about closed.
All right, so I got a question for you guys.
This is my question for y'all though. Do you guys like the concept of having a Series X in the Lockhart?
No,
I don't. I personally don't.
I mean, we currently have it now.
Having a lock card where you can just keep the most powerful console you can possibly make on the
I'd just
market.
rather
We currently
be
have
that.
it. The thing is, some of us have PlayStation 4 Pros, some of us has PlayStation 4 Slim, some of us have Xbox One X, some of us have Xbox One S. So I'm not going to pretend like this. We're not currently dealing with the situation. Some of us has a Nintendo Switch,
And it's trash, kid. Let's be real here. Like,
all right, wait, let me finish.
Let's talk about when we played Gears 5. You want to talk about that?
That's me. I'm just saying what exists. So I'm not ready to talk about
I
that.
mean,
I'm
it
just talking about
exists. It exists, but
some of us have a Nintendo Switch. Some of us have a Nintendo Switch Lite. Like, we're not living in the thing where this is foreign. Like,
I mean, no one's saying it's foreign.
Well, we're acting like it. The biggest question you gotta answer is these next gen only games, like the Scorns, the Mediums, the Resident Evil 8s, and the next Call of Duty, will they exist on Lockhart? If they exist on Lockhart, then it was worth it. If they don't, then it's not. That's the only way.
We've never had a console launch where we had the flagship next gen console. And
that's a good ass question.
Like,
it is a good ass question that you got to ask yourself.
Me personally, I want the best version of the game on the most powerful hardware on console. Period. So I want an Xbox Series X version and a PS5 version, and I want devs to optimize games for those two hardware.
But you don't want the person that will buy it for $250.
See, if you think about it, the majority of these third-party titles, they're
I'm not even talking about third party. I'm talking about first party.
But we're referring to gaming as a whole. We're not.
Okay. All right. Let's generalize.
Is third parties not like 70% of the games that come out every year?
It is, yeah.
So they're optimizing these games to run on these weak ass cards on the PC. So like they're already been doing this shit for years.
Yeah, some of them don't like it. I like it. They do it because of their business. They will do it. Obviously, like
we understand that that's what they're gonna do. But I'm saying, as a gamer, as a consumer, is that something
I don't
that you
want
like?
I don't want it. But who am I to tell a multi-billion-dollar corporation what to do? I'm buying the Series X because I've dealt with this S versus X thing, and I'm not dealing with that shit.
Series X, that's it.
Yeah,
boom.
I don't want another
PS5. That's it. Boom.
Refresh. Like I don't want. I think the Pro and the X, it's a good console, right? I got a Pro. I think they kind of hurt the as far as like the what people thought of next gen is gonna be. Like people just everybody just automatically assume, because of PS4 and the One X, because some of their games could run at 4K. The next generation consoles, all of the games are gonna easily run at 4K 60. But that's not gonna be the case for both consoles. We're gonna have 4K 60 games.
Like how you gonna promote the Lockhart and the Xbox Series X together? It's gonna be weird.
Xbox starting
when the Lockhart comes out. When the Lockhart comes out, they're gonna let that price, and they're gonna rarely promote the Series X. That's what's gonna happen. I guarantee you. They're going to promote the Series S the most because it's the price, and they're going to promote the X, obviously. But the majority of the marketing is going to go on the S because that's the market that's going to be. Let's be real here. The people that's going to buy the X, they already know the X exists.
I don't believe that, only because all the marketing right now to this day has been for the Xbox Series X.
Has been only
because the Lockhart's not announced.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to be like, all right, let's stop talking about the Series X.
What sounds better?
This
console's the most. What sounds better, kid? This console's the strongest console in the market, or is this console the cheapest console in the market?
I mean,
I don't think
when you look at a company, you promote your flagship, and then you have everything else.
Yeah, but then if Xbox One games are gonna be, or Xbox just Xbox games in general are also gonna be running on old Xbox One hardware, then you could just get a One X for cheaper than probably the Lockhart.
Yeah, you the only way you're gonna be buying a One X though is gonna be used though. So the thing is that
you can't say that. You don't know.
Yeah, yes, I do. And people keep forgetting
they're still on the shelf.
They're still on the shelf. All right, so the ones that aren't sold. But the thing is, this whole supporting the Xbox One is a promise to existing Xbox One users who probably aren't going to upgrade right away. That's why I don't understand why people don't get that.
But but they're still going to be supporting Xbox One consoles. Xbox One consoles are still going to be. Hold on. Xbox One consoles are still going to be selling. They're not going to just cut production of the Xbox One right away.
No,
away.
I can almost guarantee they're going to discontinue them. within
Yeah.
6 months
within
after
the
launch.
year
They're going
or
to be
Yeah,
Like
discontinued.
they're
they're
definitely being
working them
discontinued, right?
down. Like they're trying to get all of what is left
Why do you think?
over
Why do you
out the
think they?
door.
Why do you think they've been so cheap here lately? Because they're getting rid of all the back stock.
Yeah,
Like
because
they're
they're trying
about
to
to
get people to buy
discontinue
their
this
shit.
console.
I
No, they're
understand.
about to discontinue the
I know
console.
they're gonna.
That's what
I
they
know.
do
I
when you.
know that they're gonna discontinue the consoles. I don't think it's gonna be right away though. I think it's gonna be like 1 or 2 years after.
No,
this.
it's gonna be 3 to 6 months, and that's gonna be discontinued.
You know that for a fact.
It's gonna be 3 to 6 months. That's gonna be discontinued.
I know, but do you know that for a fact though?
It's gonna
It
be
makes
3 to
sense.
6 months, and it's
Like
going
it
to
just
be
makes
But do
sense.
you
Like
know that
logically,
for a
like it
fact?
makes sense. Like we
Oh,
can't know it
But
for
we
a
don't know
fact,
what's
but
on
it
the
makes
inside.
sense.
We can't. Okay, but there's a lot of things that logically make sense that never happened. You know what I mean? So we can't. We're just gonna have to wait and see.
So you think Microsoft is just gonna buy up shelf space? So they're not gonna replace their shelf space that they have for Xbox One with Xbox Series. They're just gonna buy new
it's
shelf
the
space.
idiotic thing ever. They're not gonna sell the old brand with the new brand. It's literally the most dumbest shit ever. Like obviously
They're
gonna
gonna discontinue the X. I agree. They're gonna
No,
discontinue.
they do that with every console generation. PlayStation 2
no,
sold
explain
well
me one time.
PlayStation 2
No, the
sold
360
well
was
after
gone.
The PS3. The
So
360
the
still was.
stop. The 360 and the Xbox One was on the same shelves.
No.
I ain't know.
I don't know because I didn't.
Has
see them on
it,
this.
do you think the PS4 and the PS5 are going to be on the same
And
shelf?
people forget how
PS4
quick the
is still gonna be
Xbox
selling
got discontinued
after the
when the
PS4,
360 came out.
After the PS5.
When the 360 came out, the Xbox was gone.
Before the Slim even came out for the PlayStation 4, they had discontinued the original PlayStation.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
The original PlayStation.
Yeah, remember the Slim? Remember how before they slimmed it down? Remember? And the OG PS4 model, they discontinued that.
No, but that's part of the same. That's part of the same.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about the last generation.
But the X, they don't
PS3
intend
was
to
still
sell
selling after the PS4. The Xbox
They're not
360
going to
was
have
still
two of the
selling.
same brand on the shelves.
Okay, well,
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
We'll see.
How, you want to put some money up on this?
We'll see.
No. If you're going to sit here and keep talking all night,
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be on the same shelf.
Year after.
Let's not
Let's
bet
bet
money.
a game then.
You're gonna
Let's
see
move on.
Xbox One X
keep
there,
going.
but Microsoft is just not gonna sell it no more. That's just the stores that still just trying to sell those consoles that they
Yeah,
have
And
before.
that's why right now, you can get an X for like $200 right now because they're getting rid of the
Yeah, they're
stock.
trying to
If
get rid of
you
them,
go to
yeah.
Xbox.com, can you buy an Xbox 360?
Dude,
No,
seven
because it's
7
7
years
years.
out.
I'm just asking. I just want to.
I'm not saying
That's
that
not
the Xbox
I know
Yo,
it's-
smooth, man. What's going on?
Bro, that's a reach. That is
Yeah,
a
it's
reach, man.
true.
That's a reach.
Didn't they discontinue the original Switch when the new version came out?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, Nintendo does that all the time.
And they sold
But
out.
the thing
they
is
sold out
you
all
don't
inventory.
sell both products. You don't. They're going
Yeah,
to
you don't
discontinue
confuse
it.
consumers like that. Like also
Go to your AT&T and see how long back you can get on phones. Like it's like 2
Like they're
years
trying to
tops,
have-
a
Yeah,
year
but
tops.
like they're trying to move the
PlayStation continued
focus
to
to the
sell
series.
PlayStation 2 well after the PS3, and they continue to sell the PS3 after the PS4.
Yeah, PlayStation does that. I expect PlayStation to still does that, but Xbox historically has.
So nah, but
The point is-
but that's
So
that
I
goes
could
along
go.
the
I
point
could go to
of
game.
people
Hold
saying,
up.
well,
So you're
would the
saying
PS2 why would you sell the last generation console with the new generation console? It's been done before plenty of times.
so if I ask Forte, which he's been at GameStop for like 15 years, he's gonna tell me that the PS4 and the PS3 were sold brand new side by side on the walls.
What?
No, he said.
Never mind. Just keep going.
Oh, no, the PS4 and PS5. Yeah, they're gonna. The PS5 is gonna still be. They're not gonna discontinue the PS5 when the PS4.
They're gonna
come out.
support the
PS4.
system, but they're not gonna be selling it anymore.
Yeah, they're not. Gonna be
They're
making it
not
anymore,
gonna.
but-
They're not probably not gonna be pushing it.
They're not
but
gonna
they
be
still
manufacturing it or anything like
Yeah,
that. It's
they
just
will-
what
they will
else-
still-
what's
they will
out there is
still-
out there.
They will
Exactly.
still manufacture, but not to the levels as far as like
It's
oh
gonna
this
be
is a prime
small.
time.
Yeah, it's gonna be small increments.
I don't
PlayStation
think
usually still
Someone
support the
Google
console
this.
after.
When was the PS3 discontinued?
Hey,
Someone Google this.
listen.
Because PS3 got discontinued like in 2014 or something like that, or 15.
Back to the original point.
So someone no.
My
I want
question
someone
happened.
Google this. Someone Google this.
About to
You
Google it.
Google it. You got a phone.
I'm on Discord with my phone.
Oh, my bad, bro. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm
No,
on
okay,
Discord
okay. I
with
got it
my
right now.
phone.
I got it right now. The PS3 will discontinue May 29th, 2017.
Oh
See?
shit. Damn.
They usually
I haven't
they
seen
usually
a
go far.
PS3 get sold in years.
Yeah, me
Just because
either.
you haven't seen it doesn't mean it wasn't being
No,
sold.
like shit, unless it's
Oh, we
Nah,
got
there's something wrong with those numbers.
unless
There's
this is a
something
question.
wrong with those numbers.
This question
Nah,
goes
He told me to
deeper than
Google
you
it. I Google
guys.
it, but there's something wrong.
No, but the
Okay.
thing is,
Nah,
this question goes deeper than you guys think, because now you're talking about if it's worldwide or is it specific regions. You know, they might
that's
discontinue
true.
like
That's
that
true. That's true.
in different regions.
The Xbox
Let's move
360
on.
stopped
Facts, bro. Facts.
being manufactured, and they said they discontinued it in 2015.
Okay.
So about a year after. Yeah.
Well,
That's what
because
I
they
said.
made a
That's what I
promise of 10 years after launch.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll revisit this.
And then all right, so pretty much July. All right, let's talk about this Xbox July event. So
Super
obviously-
chat though. You
I
got super chat.
Let me. My bad. Let me try to catch that before.
We go into that because that's going to be a movie.
Jay Barry, is it confusing? PS is launching 2 systems. Verge Brizzle, $2. Shout out to Verge Brizzle. That was the one I missed.
Nah,
No, because they're the exact same system, and there's nothing confusing about that marketing. One has a disc tray, one is all digital.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
You know what? You know what's
It's
smart?
two different editions of the same system. That's it.
You know what's smart about PlayStation 2? They announced the 2 different SKUs on the same day. You know, now Xbox, you announce one console, in December, and then the next one you go announce whenever you announce it. That's more confusing.
No, but that is smart. But if the thing that's not going to be confusing, if we're paying attention to the rumors in the build of this supposed Series S, then the thing will not have a disk drive from like what I'm reading. So it'll most likely be smaller.
I don't believe that whole.
I don't think it'll have.
It's gonna be like a
I
cube.
don't
I've
believe
been
that whole.
speculating. Yeah, that's what I suspected when I first heard of the S. I figured that it wouldn't have a disk drive, just like the Xbox One said. Like that's what I expected.
I don't believe the whole mindset that casual people are dumb. I know people that Google what kind of keyboards is the best. Like, they don't do anything unless they Google that shit first. Like, I don't believe that shit for 1 second. You can't confuse a customer.
First,
if you go in
there's too much information at our fingertips to be acting like everyone's dumb.
But at the same time, if you go in a store, and you see Xbox Series X, it's a taller rectangular black box, and then you see a Series X that is a white small cube. I'm just randomly throwing it out there. How are you confused?
It gotta be white.
This like looking at a PS5 and seeing, okay, this one has a disc slot on it and this one doesn't? Like it's like it sells itself.
Some people just want to know. Like I worked at retail, and there's a lot of people who don't know where certain products are, so they want a deeper explanation. So they would ask the employees, right? Not everybody's like us in this podcast or even in the chat where we're gonna Google something. Look, oh yeah, colorblind. If you Google it, you look at YouTube, you look at reviews, like we would do the research. Not everybody does that. That's the only thing.
Okay, so there's four different Xbox consoles that's gonna be coming out. Well, that's gonna be out, right? It's gonna be this.
Oh my god, man!
The one. No.
So by your logic, there's gonna be 4 PlayStations out.
Listen. There's gonna be the 1S, the 1X, the Series X, and the 1X. What I'm saying is, look what happened to the Wii U.
But the thing is when you go to Walmart, you
there
go
was
to
only one
GameStop, you're not gonna see these old consoles on shelves.
Like I said, we'll see.
And at the same time, hold on, one last thing. In the same time, to speak to what Attic is saying, like, it's also the build of these fucking consoles, bruh. Like, if these people have gone to these stores and you've seen Xbox One X's and One S's on the shelves the entire time, and then you randomly go in there and you see this rectangular or this cube-shaped box, you telling me you about to think, damn, this been here this whole time. Like, no, you gonna look at the joint, you gonna be like, okay,
I don't
this
like
is obviously something new.
You're gonna have you're gonna have people that don't know what they do, and
I mean,
you're
you
gonna have the grandmas from Bobby
the
that says he wants a PS5 or an Xbox One, Xbox Series X. But I'm telling you, the majority of people that go to look for electronics, they Google that shit and they do their research.
my
Yeah,
thing
You have
they
is
your
got the
dumb
phone
people,
right
but
in
I'm
their hand at
telling
the
you, it's
store.
not as big as you guys think it
question:
is.
Does anybody did anyone get confused when purchasing an Xbox One X and an Xbox One S? Because they're currently both on the market at the same time, right now.
Nah.
No, we won't.
No,
But
no,
you
no.
can't.
But you guys are
No,
creating examples that people.
no. We won't, right? But you can't tell me that somebody's grandma isn't gonna go to Target and
Fuck
buy the
someone's
wrong
grandma.
Xbox for somebody.
But that's
Who got
everything, though.
confused
That's
today?
literally everything.
Like,
Like
That
But
is
who?
that's
everything
so.
in the
Who's
market.
currently confused now? Because
But
we
that's
got
so
a
far
perfect
in between.
example.
Grandma
like,
Mildred don't know what hell. Grandma Mildred
I.
asks the people that works there. She don't know what the
It's not
shit
even
is
just.
hell.
It's not even just your
But
grandma. But
also, grandma
my
has a
mom.
smartphone. So,
Like
like, I mean, shit,
my
if she
mother
can
bought me the
navigate
wrong
that.
Well,
copy.
these little kids and shit know what they want. They tell their
Exactly.
kid.
Yeah.
They tell their grandmother. Like we
Yeah,
need to
but
stop acting like casual
you ever
people.
told
No,
your
it's
mom,
telling. I'll tell you
but told
this.
your mom what you want, and then she came back with the wrong thing.
The
Well,
wrong
that's
one.
why
No,
there's a
all
receipt.
right. You know what?
That's
I got something for you
what,
guys. Hold on,
grandma don't keep the receipt, man. The grandmas are up to date with
let's
their
end this
receipts. They gonna keep
conversation
that
right
shit.
here,
Like,
so we can continue into what we got.
Get the super chat.
No,
Get the super chat.
all right. Where is it?
It's I'll read. It. It's from Verge Brizzle. He says, he's the one who asked the last one as far as the two consoles. He said, was asking because whatever Microsoft does is confusing. So I wanted to see if the narrative would change for PlayStation, but it's not the same narrative because the PlayStation 5 is the same console. The
All
one
right.
is digital, one has the disc.
Chris,
The Xbox Series X and the Lockhart are two different.
Chris, I got a question. As a matter of
we're
fact, I got a
literally
scenario.
talking. Hold up, kid. We're literally talking about something that's been announced and something that has been announced. We don't know what
Yeah,
they're
we don't
going to
even.
do.
Yeah, we don't even know.
Console.
We
That's
haven't
true.
even given
That's
them
true.
the opportunity to advertise it yet. But I do want to
Yeah,
say
that
this
too.
though. People, yeah, the way y'all talking about PlayStation 5, somebody's more likely, right? Grandma is more likely to buy them a PlayStation 5 physical game for their PlayStation 5 digital edition. I guarantee you
That's
that
true,
will
too.
happen.
It might happen. Yeah,
That will happen.
Yeah,
That's a
it might
lot.
happen.
It might happen, of course.
It's like I said, these grandmas got them receipts. They do. They got them receipts. They taking that shit right back.
Like, but they also have a phone when
Yeah.
they go in the store and they see these consoles. They'll Google it from their phone while they're
No,
looking at
grandmas
the
ain't
consoles.
googling like that. You know, you might get people in their mid-40s,
Nah, shit,
early
I know some
50s.
grandmas who
Grandmas
got
ain't looking
smartphones
that shit
just
up.
like the children got
Grandma gonna walk
smartphones.
in. Grandma gonna walk in, talk to the 14. Well, my grandchild wants a PS5. Can I have one of them? That's exactly what she doing.
Shit,
Like,
some of these kids know how to work their smartphones better than I do, and I done
Oh.
had the big 4 grip. So, I mean, hey.
All right.
but
So-
kids are more adaptable when it comes to electronics. Like, it scares elderly people. Like, it scares the
let's
older
get this thing.
generation.
Let's get back on track. So Xbox
Yeah,
July
yeah, bro.
event. Obviously, they're saying the rumored Lockhart is supposed to be half the price of the Series X. And some rumors are saying Microsoft is prepared to sell the Series X at $400. Now I'm not
read
gonna.
that.
say what that's not happening.
I'm not. I'm
If
not.
I think it might happen.
If I were a betting man, I've always said this from day one. I switch back and forth a little bit for the price difference. I think the PS5 and the Xbox are going to be 500. The discless PS5 is going to be 4, and the Lockhart's going to be 3.
Nah, y'all saw the price for the PS5. It was a foreign junk. I think I saw. Like, I think I sent it in the
It was
thing.
No,
No,
but
but that's
Nah,
not
shit.
official though. I think it was
Like, it was listed on, like,
$4.99.
Amazon or
It
something.
was listed
I
on.
don't know.
It
Yeah,
listed
so it
on
was like
France.
$4.99.
Amazon France. It was £4.99.
Don't even believe that, because that's pounds. That means it would be like
Yeah,
$5.50 in American.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I was.
believe
That's
none
what
of
I was
that
gonna
shit.
say. It comes out to about $5.65.
Yeah.
Let's just wait. Let's just like nobody
Hey,
should be
like,
going
I'm
off
not
of any
saying
of these
it's
leaks.
official,
I'm not
like,
saying
I'm
you
just
do.
saying, did
No.
you
I
see
know.
it?
I know you're not. But let's just wait until it's finally Sony
Exactly.
and Microsoft finally comes out and said, as far as the Xbox take the loss. Here's the thing y'all gotta understand. Microsoft, they can take the loss easily, right, and be good, right? $1 billion companies, whatever. But these companies are not in the business to take they can take a huge loss, but it's the fact, do they want to take a huge loss? It's the fact if the investors are okay with them taking a huge loss, because
But
they
I
don't know
hear
how
folks
well
say that all
these
the
systems.
time, though. Like, but the thing is that if you have something that can that can soften the blow and that you could make that kind of like that loss back over time, then people will sacrifice that. Like some people will take that die. Like so
No,
this
but
is like
But
that's
no,
some
something
I'm
I'm
investors
telling
trying.
won't
no.
like that
So
shit though.
so what
let's
I've
be
been
real here.
reading so far from Sony and both Microsoft, they want to make a profit off these systems. They do
They're
not
not.
want to they don't want to operate at a loss like they did previous years.
I guarantee. Well, no, they've always made money this generation. They haven't not made
Or
No,
money this
this
whole
Nisa.
generation
generation
have.
off
I'm
of it.
talking about like PS3, 360 era. Like they were not making money initially.
Well,
But
in
they,
that,
They got to the point where they can operate off of thin margins, but they want to start off at thin margins and then become even more profitable as parts get cheaper over time.
we're just the thing is we don't know what they're willing to take. I personally think that Sony's going to take a loss on the digital edition because they know that anything people buy with that digital edition is going to be
yep,
digital content and they're going to get that money.
I
They
agree.
know
Yeah,
that.
they're locked in.
I agree.
They're
I agree.
locked into with digital content
Yeah.
And
as
I think
well.
they know for a fact that more people will be want that this isn't about we have the cheapest console, buy this cheaper console. This is about okay, we have the cheaper console than Microsoft. It might be a digital only. We know the majority of you are going to buy physical any damn way. So we know you're going to buy it, but we have an option for you if you do. They know that's going to sell probably. I would say that the digital version isn't even going to outsell the physical version because a lot of people like physical media.
People
Yeah,
not
At
ready
least,
for.
at
As
least
there's
much
an
as
still a
option.
people
market for
moving
that.
towards digital, they still not ready for an all digital console.
Exactly.
They're not. They're not.
Exactly.
Like
Because
I'm buying the
Yeah, some
PS5
are.
digital version, but a lot of
Yeah,
people are not ready.
I'm getting the digital too. I
yeah,
don't.
I'm
Shit, I
getting the
wish the
physical
X
only
was
because
digital,
right.
or they had one that was.
I mostly go digital nowadays, but I'm still getting the physical because I still want that option. Because sometimes there's games that I'm not sure if I'm gonna like, so I'd rather get the physical. So if I don't like it, I could just take it back, or I can just trade it in or whatever. Unless Sony finally comes out with a much better refund policies, or these companies finally start coming out with digital trade-ins and stuff like that, which I don't think that shit's coming, at least not for a
Microsoft
while.
has a great refund policy.
So yeah, I know Microsoft does, they do, and so does EA Origins, strangely so. But yeah, man, I still need that option, even though I'm still mainly going to be going digital for the most part. I still need that option.
It is
Yeah.
nice when you have and we can't act like friends. Friends don't have PlayStation 5s. Friends don't have Xbox Series S's or X's. Like it is nice when you over there, you drinking with the buddy, and he's like, "Oh, you got that new game?" He's like, "I don't want it. You can keep." Oh, damn, I got the digital version. I can't even take that if I wanted it. Like that. That's happened to me a couple times this year.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot, but it does happen.
All
I
right,
ain't got
so
no
I
damn
got
friends.
I got a question for you guys. And while we're like, because this is our like pretty much our final subject, the Xbox July event and next gen pricing. How much is this PlayStation 5 digital and physical going to be? What's going to be the price gap? And then obviously, I want your guys' thoughts on the Xbox Series X and possible Lockhart pricing comparison. Let's start with Jay Buttery.
Well, I went and said originally, I said I think it's going to be $450 for the digital and $500 for the physical version. I still kind of leaning towards that. A lot of good points was made as far as like when the digital, you all locked in to like PlayStation store. They can garner that much money from you, so they might even sell it cheaper. So we'll see.
You in for their digital event. They don't have to cut in GameStop for those physical copies, so they get that cut, not GameStop. So they know they're gonna make that back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Higher margins.
Yeah.
I'm the same shit.
That's all good. That's all good for me because a lot of you guys are gonna get that physical. It's gonna make it much easier for me to get that digital console day one. So I'm Gucci. As far as Xbox, I think Xbox is gonna be $500 as well. The Series X. Be honest with you, I don't even want to give a price on the Lockhart, man, because I don't know if it's true or not, bro. You're real talk.
Hard to me.
I'm looking at this and I'm just like, I personally don't see Microsoft dropping this Series S, but maybe they will. You guys probably know more than me on that. I don't even know where I would price that right now, to be honest with you, bro.
Like there's folks that have said that they've had hands in our building games for the Jones. So I mean, that's just what I'm basing it off of. Is this that?
See,
alone.
you know more info than me.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of games that have betas rolling out there they ain't never seen by a date too. So
yeah, that's true.
What about you, Coke Boy?
I think it's gonna be $100 price disparity between the all digital version and the regular PS5 with the optical drive. Base model probably $500. You never know; they can either decrease or increase that price. Same thing with Series X, 500 MSRP, both consoles on release, and then you can probably see some bundles on Black Friday, Cyber Monday with like an extra controller thrown in or something like that. So, 500. But it's to be determined. I'm not gonna like finalize that. That's just my speculation until Sony and Microsoft come out with a price.
What about you, Addict?
I have two scenarios this goes. Part of me feels like the PS5 and the Xbox Series X are both at 6, and that's why they've been fighting to see who drops the first because they want the other person to take the blame. Part of me feels like they both can be 5, and that's the reason. I feel like the digital edition by itself makes me want to lean towards 6 because Sony still haven't PTSD from the PS3 600 price tag. So I don't know if they would be. I feel like this is the first generation that they're both like real quiet on price. Like real quiet. They don't want to go nowhere near. We know what the consoles look like. We know what games are coming out for the damn thing, but we don't know the price. And I feel like if it was that case, it's because both of them are expensive, and they want the other person to take the heat first.
Mm.
And then they want to come out there and say, "Yo, we got the." And then part of me feels like they made a digital edition. That's not like Sony. Let's be real here. That's kind of, left thinking with Sony. So part of me feels like they did that. It's like if you don't want to pay 6, you could pay 5 with the digital edition because let's be real here, $600 has never worked for a console. But we can't act like the jump in power isn't significant. It could easily be 600. I just don't think that they would be willing to take and that's if they're willing to not take a loss. It would be 600. If they're willing to take a loss, both of them would be 5, and the series and the PS5 digital edition would be 4, and the Lockhart would be 3 if it actually comes out or not.
All right, Chris.
As far as the PlayStation 5, I'm gonna go with with the GOAT. You know what I mean? With the Xbox GOAT said, Albert Pinello. He just recently said there's no way that the PS5 is going to be over 500, and I agree with them. I still think that they're probably going to take a loss at 500, but it's probably not going to be that big of a deal.
The
As far
thing
as
is we don't know how much money they've researched and developed into this SSD, to this tech that's in the PS5.
yeah.
We don't know exactly what that controller is going to cost, so that could drive up the cost. Like there's multiple things that could drive up the cost of this console.
There was a rumor about the controllers possibly being, I think, like 60 or 70, but we don't know. We all gotta wait and see. But as far as the digital edition, at first I was just like, it's gonna be $450 because there's like I don't see a optical 4K Blu-ray drive for Sony costing $100 that they can take $100 off. But Addict brought a lot of good points as far as it's gonna be all digital, so there's gonna be no used games or anything. Like everything is gonna be like pure profit. You know what I mean? Going
And
into
plus,
Sony's pockets.
Yeah, I
they
said
could
that
be
earlier in the
selling.
podcast.
They could be selling Spider-Man at launch just to make up for that money.
Mhm.
Because they're gonna get
Yeah.
100% of that. People have the digital version. They don't have to share
Yeah.
that with GameStop. They don't have to share that with anyone.
I think that the Series X is also going to be 500. Like I said, Microsoft, they can take a loss, put it at 400, but I don't think the investors will probably like hearing that, even if they do make the money back up years later down the line. But I could see Microsoft doing 500, and they have the bragging rights to be, hey, we got the most powerful console at the same price as the PS5, and plus you don't really got to buy a lot of games because we have Game Pass or whatever. So as far as the Lockhart, if that's true and if that's a weaker system, and if the PS5 digital ends up being 400, I think the Lockhart would definitely be $300.
Wow. Okay. And Koi, man.
All right, I'm gonna just think like a business. For the most part, like where I'm seeing for Sony, it'd probably be like $100 difference. But for the pricing, I mean, a lot of people overlook Sony's brand when it comes to this, and it's just like the PS3, like they were going in trying trying to sell something or sell IPs that weren't like established like that. Like now you have the PS4 that has like set the bar really. And so like people that have digital content, like they're really locked in. So like when they're going to the PS5, like they could definitely price it at 6. Like they definitely could and just base it off the quality of the IPs that they have dropping when it releases and the IPs that people know that are going to be coming. So it's like they could, but I don't think they would just out of the fear. But with a brand name like PlayStation, like they definitely could. And like not a lot of people will really bat an eye because they're going to be thinking about God of War 2. They're going to be thinking about the whatever next Naughty Dog title is going to be. That's what they're going to be basing their sole purchase of the console on. So like the potential of a 600 is there, but not really. Then you got the 5, and then with the digital, it'd probably be like the 400. With Xbox, I'm thinking about just like how they have certain things in place that can kind of like make the loss a little bit more bearable and comfortable for them. Like you got your Game Pass, like you got your subscription stuff, and you also have just like your xCloud stuff where people are just going to be in the ecosystem, period, and they're going to be paying for stuff inside the ecosystem even if they don't buy a console. So it's like, I mean, for me, for Xbox, like I feel like the Series X will be 400. Like I'll take that L if it isn't. Fuck it. And I feel like the Series X, whatever rumored thing, I feel like that'll be like 250 or something like that. It'd be like that entry, like because it's just a small box from what I'm picturing in my head. So that's what I'm going with. But I mean, shit, if it's not, then A. But like that Game Pass shit is really like a really good. Like that subscription plan fee thing is a really good way to offset that in the long run if they not making bank off the Series X and Series X like straight from jump. You get what I'm saying? Like they have like that reoccurring shit just coming in all the time. So it's just like, and who knows, 1 or 2 years in, like they could be like well on their way. So
Well, the thing is you know, even if they both took a loss on the console, like they know it's not forever. You know, 2
yeah, of
years, and then they'll restructure, and then they'll start making money off of prices get cheaper. The thing is I don't know if Sony's willing to take a loss. I think they will on the digital version because there's variables there. But I do think Microsoft's going to take a loss, and I think Microsoft's going to take a loss because they know the situation they're in, and they know that having one of the worst gens that's ever been made is enough reason to talk investors. Look, this gaming division made this amount, is like, you know, we need leeway on here, but don't worry, Game Pass can definitely make up for some of the lost revenue. Not to mention, you know, they still have Xbox Live. They still sell third-party titles regardless of what people want to tell you. So, you know, they still make money off those software sales.
Yeah.
But it's just like at this point, it's like, you know, we barely got through this gen. If we don't come out with a reasonable price, we're not going to get out the gate.
Yeah, I think I feel like how it's gonna go. I feel like the PlayStation 5 physical is coming in at $549. I feel like the PlayStation 5 digital $499, and I feel like Xbox Series X is gonna be $449, while the rumored Lockhart is gonna be at $249 on some surprise moment. If it's just supposed to be drop the mic, I think that's a possibility. $249, no more than $299. I don't believe that would be. So I think
those are drop the mic moments, bro. Like to be honest with you, like that's some shit. Like for them to undercut like that, and we already know that the what the hell is it called? Like the build for the PlayStation 5, like they said that like it cost in building like what was that, like 450, 465 or something like that. So it's like, I mean, like you gotta like take that stuff in. It's just like that's a drop the mic moment if they could get it that low and be like, and we got something lower for people to get in on.
Both Xbox consoles, I don't think any of the Xbox consoles are going to be more than any of the PlayStation 5 consoles, and I think the Xbox consoles are going to be available before both of the PlayStation 5 consoles. So, I mean, that's just my thoughts. I think with the July event, they obviously have to come hard with like Halo. They have to confirm and show Fable. We got to see the Initiative. We got to see NXL, Ninja Theory. They have to come hard, and then I'm curious to see what their World Publishing Studios is doing, like what type of third-party exclusive they secured, if they signed anybody new. This is supposed to be that event, and right now it's June 17th. I think it would be smart. I mean, because I don't want. This is gonna sound like really jerkish of me, but I don't give a damn. I don't want PlayStation running the entire month of June. So I think it's important that towards the last week of June, Xbox come out and confirm their July event date, and it has to be before the 4th of July. And I feel like you go early. Obviously PlayStation has another major release in July towards like that midpoint of the month. At least The Last of Us is going to be here in 2 days. People are going to get over that game in a week and a half in terms of playing it. And
crazy smooth.
and that's enough time for Xbox to come in and after the smoke clears.
You Smooth. Do you think they need to release their July event before or after Ghost of Tsushima?
I told you,
That's what I was going to bring up too.
Yeah, I feel like they have to announce it the last week of June, and it has to take place before the 4th of July. That all that information has to be out before the. And
when does Ghost of Tsushima come out?
Comes out the 17th.
July 17th,
Yeah.
I think.
17th. Then you have Iron Man July 3rd.
They don't give two shits about that. Let's be real here. If I was a betting man, I would say it'll be early teens, like 11, 12, 13th, like somewhere around there.
Yeah,
hopefully it's not too far.
Yeah, I would try to do it as early as possible.
My prediction is July 7th.
July 7th? Hold on, let me look at the calendar here. So Bari says
that's
the
Tuesday.
7th. That's
either the Tuesday or the 8th, one of those days.
Bari says the 7th. Addict says the 11th or 12th. What you say? What date?
11th to the 13th.
That's a weekend, bro.
I'll say the 9th. The 9th
Oh,
because
then
the
it'll
9th.
be the 11th.
I'll say the 9th because the 9th is a Thursday, I think.
All right, so the 9th.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Bari says the 7th.
The 9th sounds pretty. But what happens if they do it after Ghost of Tsushima? Once they do it like the 24th, 23rd?
If they do it at the end of July, that would be. I mean, I don't think they should wait that long.
Honestly, I hope not because I really want to see this event.
I think Tuesday.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think July 2nd, July 1st or 2nd.
I'm saying the 9th.
I think early July too early.
On the weekend.
Yeah, early July is too early, bro. Like I just feel like if they really wanted to just like keep everyone's mind on it, put in the middle.
If it was early July, I think they would have.
Nope.
When Last of Us review scores came out, I think they would have announced it.
No, all they need is a week. All they need is a week. The turnaround time is a week.
Dude,
they would have to let us know by July. By June
29th.
Yeah, no. They would have to let us know if it's July, if it's that first week of July between the 1st and the 4th. They would have to let us know by like the 23rd of June, and that's fine. That's a week. Every event, Xbox. Just let me point this out. Xbox announced their May event a week before it happened. PlayStation announced before the delay. PlayStation announced their PlayStation event a week before it went live, and then it
wasn't a week. It was like 4 days.
But they announced it within the same like.
They announced it Monday, and it was going to happen Thursday.
All right, but
still,
but you don't need like Xbox 3 weeks notice. You don't need 3 weeks.
But I think Xbox will do it probably like a week earlier than PlayStation will do it 4 days earlier.
Is this July thing going to be like a inside Xbox?
I don't know.
It's supposed to be like a E3 for the first party, pretty much. Yeah, but I think there's going to be a lot of third party there.
But I'm saying, is it called Inside Xbox or is this a different event?
No, we don't know the format of it just yet.
The format's irrelevant. What it's on is irrelevant.
like a lot of folks.
The content that's there is what's going to be relevant.
Yeah, but a lot of folks they like to compare this like showcase and this reveal of the PS5 to that damn third party showcase, and it's like Xbox hasn't shown its first party.
I tell you that,
so we can't really compare them like apples to apples just yet. Until
the thing is,
there only needs to be 3 spokespeople from Xbox at that show, right? Phil Spencer, Jason Reynolds, and Kareem.
And it's gonna be
Major Nelson, bro. Stop playing.
Major Nelson gonna be there, bro.
Gotta have the Major there, man. Gonna have the white gloves. B.
If I'm a betting man, I would say it's going to be Phil Spencer, Matt Booty.
Oh yeah, Matt
and,
Booty. I'm bugging. Matt Booty.
It's gonna.
True.
There's going to be a lot of head of studios there too.
Yeah,
like
Major,
Ross.
Major Nelson is gonna unbox the Series S. I'm telling you.
But it's probably
yeah,
gonna be.
that'd be
It's probably
fire.
gonna. It's probably gonna be just like how that event was. Like it's not gonna be your typical conference because we're still under the social distancing. Like it's probably gonna be. I don't know anyone
I'm
in the
about to
chat
check
that
what countries and states are reopened because I guarantee that
it doesn't matter. Like Microsoft is not going to put their people in risk to make a conference.
No, they're not going to go and do a
Again,
conference. I'm talking about at least getting to a production studio where they can do it by themselves.
Yeah, hopefully, like they do the recording how like Sony did, where like
I mean, they might.
recorded
Microsoft
it for the
has the
camera,
money.
then they don't do it
If
live.
they keep it small. The thing is Microsoft's going to have to literally like isolate these people and test them for the coronavirus before they go to the studio.
Nah, I could see it being.
I don't think we're gonna get something like PlayStation because that PlayStation thing that was planned way ahead. I don't think Microsoft was thinking about that production value like that. Thinking they're gonna do the live event and they're gonna show the games similar to like Inside Xbox is gonna be. That's what
it's gonna be the format. I can almost guarantee it's gonna be the format that XO was last year.
Okay.
What was XO last year? Wasn't that like live?
It was live. It was big. It was.
No, I'm talking about just the format. Like they're gonna have they're gonna have a video chat because I do think they're gonna be similar to what PlayStation. Because if you think PlayStation didn't do anything fancy, like they had a couple video chats, then they had that transition. They go to a game. Another video chat transition, go to a game. Like that's not hard to replicate.
No,
yeah,
it
wasn't. It wasn't live at all.
Yeah.
It was pre-recorded, which I prefer. Pre-recorded. Don't have that live. Those
They're gonna
odd
do
moments.
it live. I can almost guarantee.
Oh, they're gonna do it like. See, that's the thing, man.
No, if they're gonna be live, they should have a live pre-show and a live after show.
But
the content should.
Pixelated. Freaking what's his name? Aaron Greenberg, fathead ass.
Matter of fact, I'm a DM Greenberg. Like, hey, I will send you my Logitech Brio.
I know, man. They salty because he makes more in one day. They make the whole life. So,
but let me give a shout out.
It's not about that.
Let me give a shout out to.
I like Aaron Greenberg passion, but sometimes he can come off a little bit professional.
I don't care. I like for him to like.
Let's be real here.
You see what I'm saying right there, Addict? See what I'm saying? You comparing him to a fanboy. He's an exec. We got
fanboys. No, I'm not comparing him to anything. I said we have fanboys that act way worse than Aaron has ever dreamed of acting.
Yeah.
But also Sony has also done things in like it may not look that way or like people may not like to look at it that way, but Sony has come out and like fucking smack them when they release something, and it'd be like,
I'm all for the back and forth. I'm all for the taking shots, but it's just a certain way you got to do it, like a little.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you guys a question.
I didn't have a problem with Aaron Greenberg doing that whole thing that when he tweeted, about like
the games are coming.
Remember those games are also gonna be coming to the world's most powerful. I don't have a problem with that. That's just like I want these execs to like take shots.
No, it's not even taking shots. He had to make that statement because there's a lot of people. I mean, how many people was watching that event? Like 7 million or something like that live.
No, it broke the records. It was at like. I don't even remember, but it's like the most streamed.
Okay, well, regardless how many people's watching it, it was a lot. You got to come out on Twitter. Yeah. Whoever is watching that's following him, like, yo, these games aren't exclusives. I get what you're saying. Oh, no one thinks those games are exclusives. We don't live in a world like that.
The wording was off. Wording was off, man.
Yeah, but for both companies, like the
wording seemed like more like a fanboy rather than somebody that's a head exec at Xbox.
He got mad because they said it's going to be available on the most powerful.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
You guys are just overshooting this.
That shit doesn't bother me. You know that.
That's what I think. Like
you guys are just overshooting this. All he was making a statement was like, "Yo, these games are on our platform too." They did the same thing with GTA 5 when it was announced for PS5.
Remember that Anthem trailer? Remember that Anthem trailer that they uploaded as soon as they announced at the Xbox stage? They made sure that shit was on PlayStation's YouTube immediately. immediately.
They do the same thing they do at every E3. When Kingdom Hearts was first shown, they pop
Facts.
up on Twitter. This is coming on our platform too. It's the same thing. It's just
Yeah,
we're all
it
at home
is.
bored as fuck looking at the Twitter, so you don't see
His
it.
wording was off. His wording.
All right, let me get a
So
shout. Let
PlayStation
me
is
get
gonna
a
do
super
this.
chat
So,
shout
the
out. Super chat.
PlayStation is gonna. Oh, go ahead.
Justin Moody, send all love to everyone in this podcast. Black Muscles for $2. Justin Moody, shout out. Wait, let me just make sure I did.
Muscles. What?
He used the muscle emoji.
Oh, the flex.
The flex.
The flex.
I was like, what? What are you talking?
People kill me. You don't like, then unfollow the man.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
don't
too.
gotta read
I
what
follow
he
Greenberg.
says.
I follow. I just think it's like
I
like,
only follow Major
his rhetorics or whatever don't bother me.
What's funny
Shots or whatever.
is you guys were making fun of Phil Spencer going on there congratulating someone, and then Aaron Greenberg goes on there and takes a low key subliminal shot. He shouldn't have said that. Like, what do you want
Nah,
these
not
extras
me.
to say?
No.
Do you want them
Not
just
me.
to not say
I just laughed
anything
at
all?
it. I just laughed at that because to me it felt like
wording,
a
bro.
tweet,
It's
but
wording.
but
Jabari.
to me it felt but Sony, like, okay, on this July event, right? Because there's gonna be, I expect Xbox to show big major third party games,
So,
right? That are
No,
gonna
I don't
be,
think
hold
third
on,
party's
hold on.
gonna be there at all.
Hold
Nah,
on,
it's
hold
a
on,
first
let
party
me finish.
event.
Hold on, let him
Well,
rap.
yeah,
Let him
it's
rap.
just-
Let him rap.
Again, let me finish. I understand that is mainly revolved around first party, and that's going to be the main thing shown. But I think there's going to be some big third party games there, right? And then I expect Sony, right? And Sony doesn't do the whole like where their executives are tweeting and stuff like that, taking shots. Sony's going to probably put out a tweet or pull out a trailer on their channel and says like, "Hey, the next I don't freaking know, whatever game is coming, Assassin's Creed or whatever, who knows, is also going to be is coming to the PlayStation 5." You know what I mean? That's what I expect. I expect them.
No,
Yo,
PlayStation.
if any third party game is being shown there, that's an L because that's not what
there's
you are
not gonna be
promoting the
third party.
conference
They've
for.
promoted this multiple times as first party. There will be no.
No, but this,
And
go
here's my question. Here's my question to you. Since there's no third party here, because that's usually what the majority of a conference is. How you guys want this to be shown? Do you want them to show game after game, or do you want them to go into detail?
I think personally,
how many studios does Microsoft have right
Like
now? What,
15?
13? 15?
Yeah, like
So I mean,
15,
we know
16.
all of them aren't going to be there. So there's,
yeah, of course.
obviously Halo's going to get its time. Would you guys rather than make it short and sweet, show the games, and then have YouTube videos clicking to it to you can see it in depth, or do you want all that in one show?
No, okay. So
talk about the games.
Here's the thing. If there isn't going to be any third party, like you guys are saying, if there's not going to be no third party games shown, if this is all going to be first party, I definitely wanted to show them game after game, but also, right, because on the PS5 event, Sony they got 15 studios as well, 15 or 16. They showed 9 first party games, right? That's coming out. So if Xbox does something similar where they show, I don't know, maybe 8, like not say the same number, 9 first party games. I would, if it's just gonna be those 9 first party games, I would definitely like to see a lot more live gameplay demonstrations that are like 5 minutes long for like.
So
each
that's
of
my
them.
question to you guys. Do you guys want them to, announce a game? Because there's going to be new IP announcements, and then break down that game, what it's going to be, bring the devs on, or do you want them just to go game to game?
Yes, if it's not a whole
Like,
lot of games, yeah, they have to break it down.
I don't mind the whole talk. Show the game, talk about the game, show what he's implementing in your game. Because it comes to me how I'm watching Microsoft show. You got to prove a lot to me. You know what I mean? Like you just can't just show off a game and keep it moving to the next trailer. I don't think you have earned that right with me personally.
Earned that right.
I feel like if they're gonna announce something,
You haven't earned to do a format. You haven't earned that right.
it sounds crazy, but like how I'm going into the show is that I really would like to see like haven't you talk up all this thing about your first party, now show it. Show off the games, talk about the game that you're showing off.
Okay,
talk
here's
about the
my next
mechanics.
question. How do you think they're going to do this? What do you think they're going to open this with?
I didn't
Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
If it's not Halo Infinite, then an announcement of Fable. I think
No,
that's how
I
they
don't
should
think you
start
won't
it.
open it with that.
I don't think they're going to
then Halo
open
Infinite.
Fable.
Like that.
Oh, if it's not Halo, it's
That's
gonna
a
be the
banger.
new Forza they're gonna open up with.
I don't think they're going to
yeah,
open it with
Forza.
Fable.
I don't think they're going to end it with Fable either. I think they're going to end it with Obsidian's new game.
True. Hey, like, damn. Yeah,
The inner world.
Yeah, you with stuff like this, you gotta open big and close big.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do.
like Sony.
I feel like
They could open with Halo. They definitely could open with Halo.
I
know
think they'll-
everybody clamoring for the Halo. Open with a Halo. That's
Yeah, you gotta open with Halo.
That game's coming out in
like
5
a launch.
months. They have to. They
Yeah,
have to
and
show
it has to be.
gameplay of
It
that
has to
game.
be like 5 minutes. A 5 minute like
of gameplay.
of
yup.
gameplay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shit, it has to
I
be
want-
them breaking it down. Should I feel like it?
No. I think no. For the showcase, they can have a
Halo.
5 minute playthrough of like campaign, and then like a week later, they'll have like a series with the devs or something like that. With 343
Yeah,
doing that
breaking it
separately.
down.
But in terms of a showcase, open it with like the opening scene and make that shit look dramatic. Like, man, I'm getting hyped.
So out of
Yo,
all the
1,200
Yeah,
devs. That thing better look. You know what I mean?
out of all the studios that Microsoft currently owns, who you think's going to be at this thing?
All right, I'll go first. Right, I'm gonna say
Right,
obviously 343, Playground, The Initiative, Obsidian, Double Fine.
Double Fine's already confirmed they're there.
Yep. Turn 10 and
list the whole, first
Compulsion
party?
and Compulsion.
That's like what 7, 8 first.
Yeah,
party?
wait. So how long do you
whatever
think the show is going to be?
Compulsion's
You think it's going to be like a
Probably
hour
about an
show?
hour and 10,
Maybe
15 hour and 20 minutes.
maybe like a good like I would say maybe 80 minutes, 80 90
Okay.
minutes.
But
Yeah, like we don't have an official time like we got for the third party.
Well, we didn't have that till the day before the day, like a couple days before the event even happened. So we won't.
Yeah,
have
I'm
that
hip, but I paid attention to that, and so I knew what I was kind of like walking into for this, and with Sony's event, like they gave us a time window of
Yeah,
how
they
long
say
it
over
was
an
gonna
hour.
be, and
Yeah.
so like you should have known, but from like what I'm hearing, like they're saying that there will be some third parties there, but the majority will be first party. Like I'm thinking that it's third party
I don't think there'll be
timed
any third parties
exclusive
there at all.
stuff. No, that's
Well,
just
that
what
could
I'm
be.
hearing.
If
So, like,
it's timed exclusive, that makes sense. If it's timed,
yeah, that's what I'm
that's-
saying. Is this like
That's what I was gonna ask.
Like
That's
it's just
what I-
like with
go ahead.
PlayStation with Deathloop and shit like that. Those are third party timed exclusives. So it's like they still showed those with their first party outings. So and it's like, and if we get gameplay like a segment that's just like Ratchet and Clank for Halo, that's good. Like just showcasing it for that long, like that's good. And if we
to
get
be
like an
honest with you
Elden
guys,
Ring. If we get like an Elden Ring there, some shit like that, then that'd be good too for third party.
So that's
stuff.
third
to be
that's
honest
third
with
party
you guys,
Yeah, I'm hip.
the way that I want it to be done is I want them to open with Halo. I want them to show what the game looks like, have like a montage of the multiplayer campaign, close that out. At the end, say we got a deep down trailer on YouTube where you can go and they'll break more of it down, and then move on to the next game. Do it for that game. Like the thing is you can't realistically, because a lot of these games have been announced. I'm assuming some of these aren't going to have gameplay. I don't think Fable's going to have gameplay.
No, hell no.
So they got to have a way to at least like concept art or something. Like they have to have something to show what some of the land looks like. I don't want them to break
even
down.
if it's
And developers
CG.
talk about it and shit like that. Like our
I don't
No,
see
shit,
the
even
thing-
if it's
the thing
CG
is
or like in-game stuff, like that still
My
garners
concern is
attention.
pacing.
Yeah,
And if they
Yeah.
break every game down for like 15, 20 minutes,
No.
it's going to get long and it's going to get boring.
yeah, it is.
A lot the people that's going to watch this, they need to get straight to the point, and then they need
don't
to
mind
say,
that at all.
if you want to see more, on our YouTube channel, we'll break down everything we just showed you in more depth. And
No,
then
like
just keep it moving.
we don't mind that, but I mean, like the general people, like it's kind of like how Sony had. It was just like hit after hit after hit. You get your little pause to breathe and like write down the titles that interest you. Then the more that came. So it's like after you get like the showcase of Halo, I agree. Like you gotta show like that CGI or splash screen trailer or some shit like that just to show people that these games are coming out.
And I
Hellblade
do
2
think
is not
that-
going to be there because they just hired like a combat person, like the designer and shit like that.
And I
So
do think
anything
that
about
we'll-
Hellblade 2 ain't going to be there.
We'll see a beta for the multiplayer of Halo. At
That's
the
what
same
hold
event.
on. I want to ask you guys, because you guys saying just strictly first party event. That's what I was gonna ask. What Koi was saying earlier. So you don't think there's gonna be any third party as far as like having third
Unless
party
it's timed
exclusives or
exclusive.
timed
Unless
exclusives?
it,
So
No,
that's
I'm
what I'm
saying if
saying.
they got deals,
if
then
it's
yeah,
timed
like,
exclusive,
sure.
that's one thing. But they're not going to put a third party title
No.
on it that's still on the other platform.
Exactly.
I
Yo,
don't care if they have,
I'm going based off of what Matt Booty and Aaron Greenberg said at that
they said
Inside
first party.
Xbox.
What they say? What they say?
Said a first party event.
But I
Oh,
don't. But
Yeah,
the
that's
thing is,
fine.
Jabari, is
But they
they
still
said that.
got
But
deals.
if a game is exclusive, like not like even if it's timed exclusive, I don't think you'll see like Destiny there. We have DLC exclusives. I don't think
Yeah.
you'll see anything like that. But if it's a timed exclusive, I do think you could see it there.
Yeah,
Think
see,
of Deathloop in like that Japanese jump. That's so
Ghostwire Tokyo. Yeah,
like both, but
Kina.
those are multi-plat. But it's like those are like they got timed exclusivity with PlayStation.
Because that was one of the
Yeah.
issues I had with the third party thing. They had a couple timed exclusives in there, and you wouldn't have known it if you just watched the stream. You never would have known it.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the same thing with the PlayStation 5 RAM, because some of those like they didn't say
PlayStation
that,
5 don't need those exclusive. Microsoft does.
yeah,
Like,
but what I'm saying is
But they always
we didn't
do
we
that.
I
didn't
mean,
know
it's-
we
it's
didn't know
pretty- it's
Deathloop
pretty-
or Tokyo Ghost. We didn't know Deathloop, Tokyo Ghostwire and Kina
till after.
were exclusive or timed exclusive until
they
after.
should have. Both of them should have said that on screen.
Yeah, they should have. But you
on
know
PlayStation,
how
only on Play. They could even say the only on PlayStation 5 because at that time it's only
Or
on
play it
PlayStation 5.
first on PlayStation.
But hold up.
Console.
We got to go back
exactly.
through who left off with the studios, because I'm kind of curious where you guys are sitting on what you think's getting announced.
I think the only one I actually said who I think was going to be there.
All right, Jay.
I'm gonna say 343. Playground is highly rumored, right? Initiative, I think you're gonna get a tease off what they're working on, but I don't think you're gonna see any like
see a CGI
gameplay or anything like that. Double Fine. The thing is, like, when I was listening to Inside Xbox and what's the name, Mike Booty was listening. He was listening off a lot of those studios. He said, "I know you guys have been waiting to see what we're doing for first party." So I'm expecting. But I don't know every first party studio.
He said Obsidian too.
Yeah, I don't know every first party studio, but I'm
Ninja
expecting
Theory too. So
I'm expecting majority of them to be there. So
The only people I don't really see, I'm going to go next. I see 343 showing up. Obviously, Mojang's not showing up. They just released a game. I don't think Exile is going to show up. I think their game's still under development. They have nothing to show. As much as you guys disagree, I think Ninja Theory might be there.
No, shit, I just saw that. Like, some dude said that Greenberg said that they're going to be there. So, I mean, hey, shit, I'm wrong. So,
yeah, Ninja Theory, I think they might be there, and it might be just a snippet of a little bit of gameplay or something like that. Because I think this game's in more development than people seem to think. I think if
they
anything,
just hired for like a combat nigga. So that's why, like I said what I said. Like, I didn't know that, like, they would show anything. If it is anything, maybe they're going to show her, like, walking around in another mental fit.
They'll probably
like
show, if anything, if they don't do combat, they'll probably show a story trailer. Just show the world of what is going on.
Yeah, like
I think
in-game stuff. That's what I'm thinking.
Compulsion's there 100%. They were supposed to be at E3.
For sure.
They're not at E3, obviously, because it got canceled.
But they bought Compulsion?
Yeah.
I remember the day. I remember the days of Smooth bashing Compulsion games and stuff like that. PS4. Let's remember.
No, Smooth always does the turnaround. He was bashing hell
like their next title that they said
you don't
was
watch
like a
ILP
third
that
person.
much, Jabari. We had the community manager on.
Oh yeah. That was
I remember that. I remember that on Iron Lords, right?
Yeah, that was fire.
I remember that show.
We about to have some fire guests on here in the next month.
Like their next jump said that they were gonna be third person action adventure, I think, for Compulsion.
Yeah, third person.
Ain't that what she said? Yeah. Like so.
And I looked that up. I think she was mistaken. I don't think it's been announced anywhere because I couldn't find anywhere where someone announced it.
No, not maybe.
One thing I'm looking forward.
So.
One thing I'm really going to be like, well, Microsoft show, I'm going to be really got the microscopes on, right? You know what I mean? So I'm going to be looking at the animations. I'm going to look at
he's taking off his Sony. He's taking off his Sony goggles to put on the
real talk.
Xbox.
To be honest with you, ask Chris. I have the same, like, I go hard at PlayStation 2. Like, I expect PlayStation to have proper animations and all that stuff as well.
Oh, I agree.
Microsoft,
That's one
I
of the reasons.
respect that though.
That's
so
one
I
of the
feel like
reasons
when
that-
I look at their games, it's like, yeah, it might be a fun game here or there, but they're not really putting that oomph into the game. Like, yo,
That's
let's
one of
add
the
a little
reasons
bit.
that Last of Us is a fraudulent 96 on Metacritic.
Did you play the game yet?
No, I didn't.
So you don't know if it's fraudulent or not.
Oh, I know it's
You don't
fraudulent, man.
you don't
Have
know
you
it's
not?
fraudulent.
Okay, we won't go into this, but I'll say this: have you not seen the NDA that some of these reviews
Yes,
have?
but that still is not going to. If you think the game is 6,
No,
but there's
man.
but
How
there's,
you can't?
Okay,
No, it does
you,
though.
hold on, let me finish.
My
Hold on.
thing is you can't.
No. If you think the game is a 6 after you play the game,
No
just
one said
because-
it's a 6. No one said that.
I'm
You
making
said
this.
that.
Hold on.
So do you think it's a 6?
No. I'm making this as an example. What the whole thing with the NDA? If you think it's if the game is a 6 after you play the game, just because there's certain restrictions on stuff you can't talk about, it's not going to alter your final score.
But it's not little restrictions. They can only talk about around 4 hours of the game.
I understand that, but it's still not.
And it's not even story related. Like Alana Pierce said, it's a lot of gameplay mechanics, a lot of shit they can't talk about.
Good. I don't want to be spoiled. Like good. Like,
well, it's not a
but
spoiler.
I do think that if you can't logically cover areas of the game, then how are you going to logically review the game? I'm not saying it doesn't deserve the 96. I'm just saying that as of right now, having 2 NDAs on a review, and then it's like they had the review NDA, and then it's like, okay, now you can really talk about the game. Like I just don't get that. Like,
but
if you're gonna have, you should just drop it all at once. You know, the day before the game comes out, it's like they wanted to have that week. We confident it's out a week before the game comes out. And then it's like, but in all sense,
but remember, it's not up to PlayStation when they drop the review. PlayStation just tell you that the review embargo is up this day,
and
but you can drop the review whenever.
About 20 people that hasn't reviewed the game on Metacritic. It's grayed out because I have a feeling that they're not dropping their review until tomorrow when the actual embargo.
Yeah, but some of those sites, they don't give scores too, so it's always going to be in there. It got 91. It got 91 reviews right now. Like, it's not going to.
But what I'm saying that the NDA restrictions isn't going to affect the overall score of that reviewer.
But if you can't, I get that. But
talk about it.
But I just don't understand how you can logically talk about a game when you can't talk about 70% of the game.
Like
these, bro.
Like
well,
these aren't.
But they
like
were
these
saying gameplay
gamers.
Mechanics. There was multiple things.
Yeah,
like
but gameplay
like,
mechanics is spoilers to me as well.
They're not gamers
my point
who are in this fanboy thing that are talking about this. These are people that have like a decade in the industry talking about how weird it is, though. Like that's why I'm just taking notice.
Regardless if you like the dude or not, Skillus reviewed hundreds of games, and he said he's only came across these type of embargoes like 20 times.
Yeah,
that's fine. Like, but the thing is like, yeah, there's people who are saying that.
But can we not just call it?
I don't see how people,
even with those restrictions.
I don't see how people cannot understand why these embargoes are there, especially when the game got severely spoiled. It got leaked.
But they're saying
Jabari,
that
my point is
weren't correct. Like
Jabari,
for the most
my
part, that's
point
what people
is
are saying. That
my point is
exactly. So they're restricting it.
You're restricting the majority of the game. They can't talk about it, but you could talk about it a week later. It just makes no sense to me. Why don't you just have
because
them
the game
all
is
going to
be
out at the same time? Then just then have the embargo lift the day before the game comes out if you want to be that secretive. Because you're having reviewers out here trying to get the clicks.
I'm saying
a review without half the game.
Thing is, I'm saying that's not on PlayStation. That's on the reviewer. If the reviewer wants to release the whole, they then wait it out to the whole thing.
We're not, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that it's in PlayStation's wrong for this weird ass embargo. It's entirely up to the reviewers to be not fraudulent in making a review that they know they can't talk the majority of the game about.
Thing is, most PlayStation games usually have these type of not as strict, but they normally would have like some type
the embargo,
of
dude. It's crazy. I read the embargo. It's fucking crazy. When
but I'm saying,
I'll read it, guys, to you.
A lot of PlayStation games would normally have like a certain embargo on what you could talk about.
I'll hit up my dude and I'll ask him to send me.
All right, we're gonna have to wrap this up. Go ahead, Chris.
Okay. Just keep going with the Xbox stuff.
I want to bring it back to the Xbox. So I mean, pretty much all the studios that you guys mentioned, like I pretty much agree with 343. Compulsion, all those other things. But the one studio that I didn't see anybody bring up that I think is also going to be there is Rare. What's their new game as well?
Facts.
What's Everwild?
Yeah.
Oh, they ain't bring it up because they don't care about it, Chris.
I'm like, nobody brought up
me?
Rare. I
definitely care about that shit. I just
I don't care about no Rare, man.
Me and my bro were talking about this shit earlier. Like, yeah, like that Everwild shit gonna be fire. Like, I'm excited about it.
I forgot how that game even looked. I'm gonna look it up right now.
That's
like a better version of Zelda.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Smooth, yo, you the ultimate bot.
What's the gameplay about then, Smooth? What's the gameplay about?
The gameplay is about exploration.
Really?
Yo, man, this dude is
animals.
the best bot.
So shout out to the Ravenflow for the $2 super chat. He says PS5 show got 80 million views combined. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's crazy.
Everyone kind of expected that.
Same fire. I know y'all want the same for Xbox. Let's be honest. Be honest.
No,
y'all want the same.
I've
Like,
always
I mean,
said
we want all shows. To
I ain't
be
gonna
good.
lie.
Why
I
would we hope
Xbox to
that
have an
one is
awesome
trash?
show, but they ain't gonna make or break me if they don't get 80 million views. I'm sorry. I
don't care.
just want them to have an awesome
If they hit 80 million, you're gonna make a video. Look,
Look,
the
look.
traction that the Xbox is getting. They got the momentum. Video.
You know, Cognito likes to say, I'm an addict war. I'm the mayor of addict war. I don't give a fuck how many people watch it. If they show shit I want to watch, that's all I care about.
I mean, at the end of the day,
what
that's
Jabari
true.
wants. I don't care how 2 hours a week he gonna go on a rant. I don't care, but this dude can stay on PlayStation. Never buy an Xbox would never affect me.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Like, you shouldn't care about what I.
Just like
as long as
just
you.
like Jabari don't give two shits about what I want on the Xbox. Like,
there you go.
Just like I don't understand Smoothie. He was like, I don't want Sony to have the whole month of June. Like, why do you care? Like, is that
see, now that's the when I say I'm talking about in terms of news.
Thing,
like I'm a content creator. I'm an Xbox content creator.
True.
So the sooner they talk about it, the quicker I can start putting more content on my channel. Like, what the?
It's been a rough couple of months, bro. It's been a rough couple of months.
No, there's been decent news for Xbox.
They've been dropping news every day.
The difference is you, Jabari. Calm down.
The thing is, Xbox has been dropping news, except
that's why you should be an all-arounder.
Xbox has been dropping news, except a lot of these people have been getting mad because they've been dropping these news. Like, people are mad that Xbox named their cross-buy solution Smart Delivery. People are mad that Xbox went into
we're not mad about that. We're not mad about that.
Let's not divert. Let's get back to the subject. We have to end this soon.
Yeah.
Who's next?
That was it.
No, yeah, that was it. I'm good.
That was everybody. But the whole thing about the smart delivery is like, I'm not mad about Xbox calling it smart delivery, right?
Yeah, that's the branding.
Because that's their branding, right? Just like Sony, they had a similar thing with cross-buy back in 2012.
Yep.
It's the thing when some people think that it's a new invention that Xbox.
So then Microsoft doing their job to think this is something new. It's not Microsoft's job. People don't do
that's
information,
true.
and
that's true.
Let me ask you a question though. Like right before we close out, let's say, damn, how did I forget what I was going to ask?
Well, we know PlayStation doesn't have a smart delivery solution.
That's
a lie.
No, it's not. Everybody that every time. No, they had cross-buy. They haven't used that shit.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
It's still steady available right now.
The same third-party games, right? Like Cyberpunk, that are gonna have the Xbox Series X version. They're doing the same thing with PlayStation 5.
That's a third party. That's a third-party thing, and we don't know if Cyberpunk is gonna be free.
That's the question I wanted to ask you guys. I just remembered.
Yep.
There's obviously been a lot of talk going on about backwards compatibility. Like, if you were to make a guess, how many fully backwards compatible games that PlayStation will have at launch, what would your guess be? And you can give like a diameter, like a certain.
Say like around 2,000.
At launch, I'm gonna say 150.
You're high.
I think it's going to be below 500.
I'm thinking.
You want to do a bend the knee? You can come on IOP this week and do a bend the knee on it.
Oh man,
most definitely. Listen. A lot of people lose bets to me, and I don't blast
that's
them.
fine, because you know what? A lot of people, besides King David and Cognito, man, I'm undefeated. I'll go on. You can take this L. Let's go.
Alec, I do remember you saying that the PS5. There's no way the PS5 was have any backwards compatibility. at all.
No, I said it. I know that's not what I said.
That
I
was like a
said
year or 2 years
from
ago.
the way that they were talking, and that was at that time the way that they were talking. I never said that they 100% not going to have it. I said that the way that they're talking, it doesn't. Now, do they have it? Yes, but I don't think it's going to be as extravagant as you guys think. I think eventually they'll get there.
I think they're gonna have a lot of backwards compatible games, and gonna be majority of the newer games to the older games.
I think it's gonna be 500 or less. Yeah, eventually they'll get around 4,000, but it's gonna be 500 or
I'm
less.
thinking shit is like their top games, like how he said. So I feel like it'd be like 150, maybe 200. Like I don't think they're gonna be like balling out the game.
From what I'm hearing with the backwards, that their backwards compatibility stuff is going really well, and they're testing a lot of shit.
But
they're gonna have way more than 500, or they're gonna have like
I'm saying that, Jabari, is that their messaging with backwards compatible has been real messy. Like they even took it off their website. They took it off their website.
I get what you're saying with that, but I feel like people don't have proper comprehension, because this is no disrespect either. Because when I watched Mark Cerny thing, he stated what he stated. Like, okay, he said we are now testing the 100 most popular games, testing them for the boost mode. That doesn't mean that. That he's stopping at 100. That means that.
But that doesn't mean that that's what they're doing. Stopping at 100 either. Now let me ask you this.
Oh, because he said
how did they go from that? You know, they said we're gonna have 100 top playing games at launch. They did have that. They took that off, but that was an official statement. And they took that off and they replaced it with, we're going to have 4,000 on the PS5. They didn't say launch. They didn't say time frame. They said the PS5.
Y'all missed what he said. He said that the PS4 and the PS4 Pro logic is baked into the system. So the system is already going to have backwards compatibility set. But to the power of the PS5 and all that stuff, you still have to test these things. And he said that they are testing. He is testing the most popular 100 games. That's where people got misconstrued.
What we'll do, Jay Barry, is I will send you an invite to ILP Sunday. You could come on there and we'll do a live bend the knee. That's what we'll do.
All right, let's get out of here.
I'm with it. I'm definitely with it.
Because this is all right. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Hustle and Motivate. Thanks for the Twitch raid, Lord Oda. For having this thing in rotation on Twitch. I appreciate you guys. Everybody that showed up for the comment section, the super chats, everybody in the chat. Appreciate Jay Barry for coming through. Shout out to Dirk Griggity who came through for the first hour of the show. Definitely appreciate it.
Smooth, you on console times too, man. What's going on, man? We're here 3 hours.
Yeah, this is that's all. I try to. The earlier I start, the quicker I try to get out of here. But I'm telling you guys to talk. Like
it's me. It's me. I apologize. It's me. I like to talk. It's me.
Like damn, I've been ready to go since like 10:30. Like
man, the people are entertained, bro.
Yeah, man. But
hit that like.
Hit that like button for sure, man. We had over 200.
What Kid Smooth wants us, he just wants us to talk like every other. Hey, how you doing, Jabari? You know what I think, Jabari? No, that we ain't having that here.
But yeah, Barry, give me wrap your maths, and we're gonna get out of here.
Nah, man, just appreciate the invite, man. It's always a pleasure being on here. You know what I mean? The best spot, and the rest of the best spots, peoples. Yeah, man, it's pretty much Jay Barry. Holla at y'all whenever the next time is, man. In July, I guess, probably, right? Whatever.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
Yeah, you should bring back the console for the PlayStation 5 launch. Just saying.
You bring what?
Bring back the console. The console.
Oh no, Jay Barry, tell about your upcoming endeavor with Persona.
Nah, yeah, me and Persona, we're gonna be starting a PlayStation podcast. Not too much details about it yet because we're just waiting for a few things to come in, like artwork and all that stuff. But once that stuff is there, we're gonna light the channel up and go from there, see how it goes, man. But it's another day, another time.
Don't forget, you'll be saying Jabari on IOP. About to lose this bend the knee segment, but
since everybody's putting in all these shameless plugs.
Hey, man. Yo, listen, man. I don't lose many bets, man. But a lot of people don't know about my bets.
You might win this one. See, the thing with me is I don't care if I lose a bet because there ain't gonna be no monetary value on it. But I guarantee, I can't guarantee. Okay, that's an ignorant.
That's the pride. That's the pride that you write.
I feel very confident. Let's say that. I feel
Chris
very
Righteous,
confident.
you got some news too, right?
Well, nah, not really. Well, yeah. For some of y'all who don't know, I am officially a member of the Saltiest Gaming Podcast. We do that every Thursday at
Hey.
7 p.m. Eastern.
All right.
So, but don't worry, I'm still a full-time member. Also, my fellow Xbox. You know what I mean? So yeah, y'all can check
Man's
me
a
out.
podcaster.
Yeah, y'all can check me out over there too. You know what I mean? Over there, it's more
More PlayStation.
it's more like
guys.
it's more all around, right? This is Xbox centric, even though we've been talking about PlayStation for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But it's gonna get back to a bunch of Xbox stuff coming up soon. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, y'all can check me out on there, man. So,
True.
Smooth is a Sony fanboy. Y'all keep listening at the little. That's because you put a little overlay with an Xbox and you call this show Planet X. Listen, this dude likes
Remember when
PlayStation.
you had Planet PlayStation?
Oh, which you never invited me to, which is very disrespectful.
Like
It's cool.
Yeah.
That podcast was like. I
And
still got
did
the
I tell you
artwork
that
for
was a
it.
bad idea, kid? Did I not tell you that was
Yeah.
a bad idea?
Yeah.
that was a complete flop, bro.
It was a complete
You're gonna have Planet PlayStation and not invite your boy J Bar. That's just utterly
I didn't do it
disrespectful.
long enough. I didn't do it long enough.
He did it for like 2 episodes.
did.
Jabari.
Oh, it was that short? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It almost had a debut in a closing of the same show. Like it came so.
I remember Nerd Boy Smooth. All right, let me stop.
I keep
Go ahead,
telling him he has
Smooth.
to bring that dude back. Do those skits of Nerd Boy Smooth. He don't.
But right now I'm getting out of here because this podcast is too long. But I appreciate everybody for watching. Though.
Yeah.
As
No
always,
shout
man.
no shout out. No, notice that.
What?
Shout out to Attic, man.
Shout out to Attic. Who doesn't know who
Yeah, cool
Attic
guy.
is?
Wifey looking at Smooth right now, like, yo, brother, in this podcast, man, what's going on?
Yeah, bro. I've been getting a stare like every freaking 5 minutes. So Xbox
All
is the
right,
best
peace,
box, and I am the best bot. You guys have a good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. Shout out to Karoy, Chris, Bari, Attic, and the ILP.
Jay,
Dope
as Jay.
Dope as
Yeah.
Jay, yep, and Dirt Griggity.
And D-Nick.
We appreciate y'all,
And D-
D-Nick, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Nick, he ain't here.
Yeah, he had to work. He was ducking. I think he was ducking.